fly a starship across the universe divide. And when I reach the other side,
What is going on, Saber friends? SpaceWindu here from the Starship Destiny. We are going to talk about lightsabers tonight. I've got a couple lightsabers on hand. I've got my Yoda Graflex, which it doesn't mean it's a Graflex like Yoda held, but it's a Michael Murphy FX Sabers Yoda, which means it's a Luke Skywalker Graflex with an incredible interior. Usually got this one close at hand when I'm doing Saber Talk or near my desk. I recently updated this to a CF10 for a NeoPixel, of course. Michael Murphy now offers NeoPixel in his lightsabers. And when you get a lightsaber from Yoda on FX Sabers forum, and it's a NeoPixel, I'll build the blade. It's a Civilized Sabers SpaceWindu blade that comes with a Master Yoda lightsaber. My favorite part is probably the glass eye. I recently changed the pins to KR Sabers pins. I have a KR Sabers blade holder, which is the black part of the inside of this hilt. And you could tell right here that I changed the pins from regular Graflex pins. Let's see if I can get close there, to the rounded top pins, which KR Sabers sells on Saber Armory. And maybe other places they're available too. I don't know, but that's where I got those. I think that makes it look cool. Got a couple ESB cues on this one, like the rivets, and Michael Murphy made this hilt for me to be ESB. I also have a New Hope shell. I'm just running like a little test blade on that. I also have on hand, I was making the video for this before. There's actually two of these. So this is a saber that is like, is a twin of another saber. So
I'm Luke Skywalker. I'm here to rescue you.
So this has all the same fonts. I'll mention it again in the video when I make video for this, like the talking part, because I was kind of recording some like spins and stuff for the video reveal on these, which is a set of twin sabers. One is charging over there, and I've got one in my hand here. These screw together to become a staff, and recently upgraded this to CF10 as well. These came out pretty cool. They've got tri-stars now. So I don't know if you could tell how like bright how bright this blade is here. This has like 32-inch tri-star. This is from my friend Francis. Sounds pretty loud here. One of the loudest sabers I ever built. Like I built these sabers basically from scratch. They both kind of look the same. Kind of look like, kind of try to make them look like not Darth Vader, Darth Maul, but also like a bit like Satil Shan in the emitter a little bit on both of them. And they both look kind of like this, and they screw together. And I got some Neo pixels in the bottom here, access to the board and stuff right there. And the controls are for the on-off are at the bottom, so I'll show you in the video when like you're holding it as a staff. You can reach the buttons for the on-off, and then this is like auxiliary. So looks like got Mundo in the house. He is coming in hot for his landing. There he is.
What up? What up?
What's going on, Mundo? How was your evening?
Yeah, just getting home from work, buddy. And it is pouring. It is raining over here in Corpus, man. Thunder and lightning. So if y'all hear some thunder later on, man, I apologize for right now.
Mundo's about to get washed away.
Right. So I've been I made it home safely, as you could see. And man, lightsabers have been on my brain all damn day, man. All damn
I know
day.
somebody else who has lightsabers on the brain all the time. Let's bring him in. Someone else is in the back room, putting their mask back on.
The danger signal, sword of omens. Give me sight beyond sight.
Who do we see here? It is Jedi Hesh behind a Mandalorian mask. Welcome to Saber Talk, Jedi Hesh.
What up?
You don't know the power of the dark side.
I think we could imagine a power as great as
What's
the dark
up,
side.
bitches?
What is going on? How are you tonight?
Tired. I fell asleep already.
Yeah.
Put that mess onto my head. My lord. What's up, boys?
Sup?
Mundo!
Hey, so we're gonna have a little something special tonight, and let's see if my Saber will actually boot up and load and everything. So
Very
whenever
nice.
you guys are ready, I'm gonna get my phone here. I got my iPad so I can kind of see what I'm doing here a little bit, you know. And when I take the phone, I'm gonna put the phone on the Saber and work on that at the same time, so I kind of see what I'm doing. And
Yeah,
I gotta
whenever
get
you
myself
want to,
set up here.
whenever you want to work on that, definitely go ahead and do it.
Nice.
Work on sabers whenever you want. It is Saber time. Welcome, Jim Smith is here.
Welcome,
He says it's
Jim.
almost Saber
Welcome.
time. It is Saber time right now. Mundo's
So
usually working on sabers. Harris is always working on sabers.
yeah.
I
So
was
let's
working on
do
sabers all weekend.
this. Let's do this. Let's actually see if I can get power. Now, I haven't charged the battery, so I'm pretty sure the battery is almost dead if it ain't dead yet. So, and I got to buy a charger for this damn thing. So let's see if we actually have power today. So I'm gonna bring you all here. Let me see here. Get this little doodad right here. And tell me when y'all can see the saber there. All right. So let me see here.
Mundo's about to cook his countertop. Oh, but I get feedback now. Let me mute that.
I'm gonna. Let's see.
Maybe that's the iPad.
Angle it here. There we go. Oh, what's happening here? There we go. All right. So let's see if we get power. So do we see any light here?
What do you got? A crystal chamber?
Nope, that's right here for the.
Oh, PLI.
It's the PLI for the buttons right here. Okay, so is everybody ready? We're gonna pull the kill key here. So let's see if she goes. Is that a good sound?
That sounds like you're running a prism.
It is.
Good sound.
It
Hey, Mundo,
is.
turn down the volume on that iPad so I don't hear myself a second.
No, I don't have the iPad on. The volume on the iPad. So this is probably on the phone itself. Okay, so we got a boot. Am I correct? Okay, let's fire her up.
What happened?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Did it go off?
Let's see.
Oh, I hear it now.
I didn't hear it at first. I thought something happened.
Yeah, I thought something happened too.
I got nervous.
Okay. Oh yeah, I'm very nervous right now. Oh my God, I'm shaking, dude. So that's a good thing.
That's
a good.
Congrats, Mundo.
Right?
You made some progress.
Yes. Yes. Now
That's
here's
awesome.
So here's the thing. When I got it wired up like this, and I guess I'm not gonna turn the Saber back on right now at the moment, but I think if that is that PLI supposed to stay like that after I put the kill key. Let's see
You
what
put the kill
happens.
key in, it should go off, right?
If you
It
wired
should go off,
correctly,
right? It should go off.
if you wired the PLI into your kill key, it'll always be on.
Okay, well that's what I did, but
Yeah, it'll always be on.
It'll always be on.
Yeah, when
so
you have
it'll
power,
stay.
Oh no, your kill key's in?
Yeah, the kill key's in.
No, it should not be on then.
Do you have it wired from the
You might have wired it to the wrong contact on the kill key.
Really? Okay.
That's what I think. Yeah.
Or
yeah, because I've got it set
partially
on
turned off, but not completely. It's getting some
yeah,
power.
because if I pull the kill key, you'll see it. See how it's got the red, just the 3 little dots, right?
Yeah.
But when I pull it, then you'll see more of the lights come on. More of the lights come on, and then when I put it back in,
could there be like some kind of cross wiring going on? Because I don't know how it's getting power after you put the kill key in.
Yeah.
I guess like investigate the since you have the board popped up there and you can kind of stick your finger in, and you could probably stick a flashlight in to see the kill key wiring, or even undo the kill key and kind of pop it out and just maybe take a second look at the wiring of the kill key itself. It doesn't look too bad to kind of get to it at this point. And just see why you could use your tester to see why it's still like your little battery tester. You know, you could use like a $5 battery tester type of thing, that module, to see like what wires are hot after kind of putting the kill key in.
Do you think you remember that picture that I sent you? Do you remember that pic that I sent you of that spot on the board that I kind of maybe
oh right.
Do you think that could be it?
I didn't look on the manual to see. I don't know if the manuals for the prism's going to tell you every component, But if you could find out what component that was, you know, and see if that is, I don't know. Like, another option is to plug that to attach that that PLI a different way.
Maybe to the deep sleep area.
Like you could attach it to like the board power potentially, so that like it's not working with the kill key at all. It's just working off the board. So when the board has power, it activates, and when the board is shut off, it will shut off. I'm imagining, right, Harris? Like he puts it on black and red of the board.
Yeah,
that should be fine, right?
Yeah, the only ones I've ever done. Well, I mean, I'm confused because if you pull the kill key and there's automatically going power to the board, but I mean, it depends unless you turns it on or not. There's still power to the board.
Yeah, it sounds like if you wired it
installed, have always been to direct to the kill key.
Gotcha.
But you have to make sure there's on a kill key, you're using the 2.5 kill key.
Yeah.
There's 4 connections if you hook it up the Plector Labs way. There's 2 negative and 2 positive. But there's only 3 connections coming off the kill key. 2 of the positive go into a Y into 1. Now the negatives, one is no power and one is power when you pull. So I think you might have put the negative to the wrong port or the wrong contact on the kill key.
Yeah, take a look at the Custom Saber Shop Mad Cow video he did. That's what I always done when I was building the kill key wiring, was like kind of rewatch that video from the Custom Saber Shop.
Yeah.
I mean, I did it that way because, like, if you look back here, almost all the negatives are back here, right, with the battery. And the two negatives that go from the Y on the board are running, you know, right here on this side, and then they're running down, and then the one runs this way, the negative to the blade. And maybe, you know what, maybe I did maybe wire it wrong, because I don't even think my blade will work right now. If I did that, maybe my blade doesn't work, and if my blade doesn't work, then that could be the problem, you know.
It also looks like you have like really nice access to the board. So what I would probably do if that was my Saber I was wiring would be to just wire up the kill key, maybe even like a brand new kill key. They're only like $2.50 or whatever they are, $3. Redo it just a normal way without the PLI attached to it. Then feed your PLI wires out kind of where your red wires are sticking up in our image here. And so you have them, you have access to them, and then just attach them to the board. You could put them on the you could probably put it on the main power, or like the 3.3 maybe even. I'm not sure.
Well, see, that's where I have it, is on the 3.3.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it should turn off then for sure when you put the kill key in.
Can you bring up a photo of the kill key from the Plector Lab manuals?
Yeah. Well, not on
Let
my
me do it,
phone
Mundo.
here,
I got the
Plector Lab manuals. The beginning of every manual for every board has a kill key diagram, how to wire the kill key.
Right. And I believe I done that right.
Okay.
Well, now he's saying, Harris, that he wired the PLI to his 3.3 direct to the board.
Right.
So, I mean, you're right, Harris. So it could still be like a little bit wrong on the side of the kill key, because that's obviously what's like still feeding some power there.
Okay.
Oh no, I'm looking. You know what I'm looking at here is the CF10 manual. He has a prism. Let me look at.
Yeah. Well, manual. I mean, because that
shouldn't matter. All the kill keys are the same in every manual.
Right.
Oh, you say it's at the beginning? I don't see.
Yeah, usually in like the first.
Oh, I do
know,
see it
10 or
now.
20
Okay.
pages.
I could pull it up. Hold on. Crystal focus manual.
See, because when I wired this, and I was wiring it as in the manual on how to wire the PLI part, right?
Okay, Mundo,
So
take a look at your PLI, your charge port here. Okay,
right,
so you're going to have two positives coming off of that leg on the right.
yeah,
One
exactly,
goes to the board, and one goes to the battery.
yeah,
Now your other ones have two. It would be a black or a green, or I use two black on that. But you want to make sure that you connect the PLI to the one that has positive and the one that says battery. Because that will, when you put the kill key in, that will disconnect the power to the PLI. You don't want the PLI on 24/7.
No, I think you mean
Right.
board, Harris.
PLI.
He wants to go from board. He wants to go positive to the positive, and board would be the black, right? Because then you want power to go off to it, just
right.
like the board.
So
Yeah.
Okay.
See,
all right. I'm mixed up. But yes, one has to go to the positive and one has to go to the one that, so that when you pull the kill key, you will discontinue the power to the PLI.
No,
Right.
you're backwards. When you pull the kill key, he gets power to the PLI.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what I'm trying to say. Yes. I'm an idiot.
No.
And
So see,
I'm dyslexic, but yes, you understand what I'm trying to say.
I'm right there with you, brother. I'm
Yes.
dyslexic as well, so I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
I see things backwards myself. But see,
Yeah.
with the battery negative and the PLI negative, they're all wired. Almost all the negatives are wired back here, the main negatives, right? So the PLI negative, the battery negative is here, but then I run that other negative up here to the board. So these two negatives right here, they're going in to the from the board here to the one that goes to the kill key, right? And then the other one, which is I believe it's the blue part of the negative, runs
What do you mean by all the negatives are at the one side? I don't understand what you mean by that.
Oh, okay. So I have in order to get my mind kind of straight with some of the wiring here, negative wires, so like the battery negative and the PLI negative are here, as well as the believe it is the shoot, what else? There was just that. Oh, okay. It's just the two negatives here, the battery negative and the PLI negative are back here in the back, right? Then it branches off into the negative here of the kill key. And then the kill key goes from here to the board, right? You got the negatives here that go from the board to the kill key. And then that kind of branches into the negative here from the blade part of it.
Okay, I think I know what the problem is. It's kind of what Harris said, because that negative on the PLI needs to go to the kill key and not the battery. So it's sitting on the battery, which means it's kind of always got one like polarity there. It's always got one like side active.
It's always getting power. So basically, like as soon as I mean, the PLI will never go off.
Okay. Yeah. So then that means I need to
go off when the kill key's in. So that way, like if it's sitting on your shelf, the PLI is not lit. You pull the kill key, then the PLI should light up.
I think this will kind of work out for your build. What am I looking at there below the the 2.1 millimeter recharge port. You have a rice port.
The rice port, yeah.
Yeah, the rice port.
Okay, what you will need is 2 negatives coming off of that battery. So take a wire and
That's what
wire
it
it,
is.
right? So pull the negative from the battery, go to that rice port. That's the, one of the pins to the rice. Take the other negative of the battery and go to the recharge port right there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then go from the recharge port to the you could connect your PLI directly to that, the way Harris said, to where it like shuts off when you put that kill key in.
Yeah.
And then you take that positive of the battery and go to the kill key as well. So you'll basically close off that end of the Saber. Like once you wire the battery and that rice port up a bit, you can close off that end of the Saber. Like I don't know if there's a speaker on that end too, but
yeah,
you could.
it is.
Okay, so you like put that in, put the battery in, get them wires fed that way. Get your rice wires, one of them going directly to the battery, which is the best way. I don't know if the manual tells you that, but that's the best way. And then the other 2 that are like white and purple, whatever you do, come that way toward the board with those, and then just close off that end of the Saber, and then just work right there that we see open like on video.
Yeah,
you could just work right there and kind of complete the Saber, as long as you have your emitter stuff also coming from the other side. And assuming, I don't know how that's gonna if twisting the Saber together is going to hurt anything, or if you have like a chassis that'll kind of hold the wires, properly or whatever.
Well, this is gonna hold all the wires right here. So
yeah, like you'll be able to
all
screw
the main
that thing on
wires are
without
gonna
kind
go
of
right in here.
Okay, that'll work.
So that means that because the rice port negative, the kill key negative, and the PLI negative are back in here. So you're saying that I can take off the PLI negative from back here and move it up over here, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I would do.
Okay, so move it to the board then. Move it.
Yeah.
Move the negative to the board. So do I put okay, so just put it to negative on the board itself, right?
Yeah, like kind of I would start where like the speaker is and work this way, and just kind of make it so your power goes to that recharge port, and then you can stop like working with the battery, but just make sure that one of the negative battery leads, because you'll have 2, because you made like a Y wire, will go to the rice port. And then you can kind of close off that side, and then you'll have like wires sticking out that you'll have from the recharge port, like your positive and negative that can go to the board. And you could decide if you want to put your PLI to the recharge port or to the board. And you can just kind of start buttoning it up at that point. I think it'll go well. Chet Osborne is here. What's going on, Chet?
You're on the right track because the board booted and you got sound and the switches and everything work. That's a big win. Is a little wonky. That's all.
Yeah. So okay. So then that's what I'll do is I'll undo the back. I'll take the PLI negative off there, and I'll move it to the board negative.
You could do that,
and that should work pretty much.
Wait, say that again. Oh yeah, no, I did. Okay, I understood that. Yep, that should work.
So what I can do, because I've already got the negative wired underneath I can just run that small wire on the top there for the negative on the board. Yeah, because the PLI wire is very small, so I should just be able to kind of get it right in there, just like that. But my speakers and everything else works, and
you're close. You're very close. You're like
I just need to take the blade.
You could be like 4 to 5 hours away, I think.
Yes. So tomorrow I'll be working on it, quite a bit and stuff like that. But I couldn't do it without you guys. So I mean, come on, I got to give credit where credit is due.
You'll get there.
You'll
get there.
So
it'll happen. Yeah, and you'll have like a better understanding.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, I'm very happy, bro.
Happy Mundo Monday.
Happy,
it booted. That's awesome.
That is a win.
That is a very big win for somebody like me, man. Seriously.
It's working! It's working!
Just about.
Just about. Yeah.
Love it. Love it.
I mean, I can't believe how ecstatic I am right now. My jaw hurts from smiling so much, guys. Hurdle after hurdle after hurdle of 3 years of either not having the money for a part or no part available. And it's like, my God, to hear that sound, to hear that, I'm like, wow. Yeah, I'm that close. That close.
Welcome, Jedi Arms Dealer.
Welcome, welcome, Jedi
What is
Arms.
going on?
What's up? You tell that slimy piece of worm-ridden filth.
That was the wrong one. Wait, is this one?
Be us or die.
Or die. So I heard it was Mundo Monday.
Yes. Oh, look at that. You got one.
Yeah. So I told Space about this a while ago. This one's for my car. This one's for my car.
He has. Oh, he has the Sub-Zero version.
My car is painted this exact same color.
Oh, really?
Wow.
So it's going in. Yeah, it's going in the car permanently somehow. I'm going to figure it out so I can ride around with it ignited in the back and trip everybody out.
Very cool, man.
Yeah.
Jedi Arms Dealer,
love
what
it.
do you think about that saber in comparison to I know you don't have one in hand, or I don't know if anybody does, but what do you think about the design wise of that compared to like the one Harris ordered, which is called the Flame, which is like from one of our favorite companies, what is it? I'm blanking on the name, not Electrum, but the Sabercraft, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think of this is it F-16? What is this?
Yeah, it's the F-16.
F-16.
See, he's got the blue and black, and I've got the black and gold.
Right.
Man.
It's like I kind of think that this looks a little like just a little like.
It does look a little like the Flame, but I want the red and black now. I don't know if they make a red and black.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Oh, they do.
They do?
No, I think they do.
They did.
I want a red and
we
black.
looked last
They
time.
do. They do make a red and black.
Yeah.
I'm on the run too, Harris.
Oh, you're on the Flame run.
I'm on the Flame run too, man. We've been waiting, what, 3 years now?
Don't get me started, brother.
I've seen you on there. I've seen you on there a couple
That's
times.
a sore
You're like,
spot for
what
me,
the?
Dave.
Yeah, I know. Me too,
That's a
man.
sore
But
spot for me, bro.
but you know what? I know he's gonna deliver them. I'm not worried about that. So I just think that the waiting time is gonna make that saber worth so much more in the end. But
I got news for you. You know what? I don't like talking about it because I don't want to put a kibosh on it. But I mean, at this point, I don't think I'm ever going to see it. Number one,
really,
I don't think I'm ever going to see it. Number two, if I do see it at this point, I'll never build it. I'll put it away in a box. It'll be like me finally getting a Black Mamba, you know, like unheard of. Nobody knows what it is. Like the most secret, never heard of in the world lightsaber, you know. It'll be buried with me if it ever arrives.
Well, didn't he right? Put it in your will, man.
3 years, man. It's just too long to be waiting for a lightsaber, in my opinion.
It is for sure. Didn't he post something recently where he said that they just got finished machining the emitters or something? So
yeah, he posted. I mean, I don't know if he did it. I think one of the other guys did it that's waiting like I am. Made a Facebook page called the Fellowship of the Flame.
Yeah, I'm on that. I'm definitely on that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm on it. But
and he posted some pictures. I made a post. I don't know, February. I think it was my 3-year anniversary date. And I made a post just to say, well, I'm waiting 3 years. I mean, like a lot has happened to me in 3 years. I'm divorced, open heart surgery. I sold my house. A lot of stuff has happened to me, but I don't think I'm ever going to see it.
Quarantine, yeah. There's been a lot that's happened for sure. No, I mean 3 years is kind of inexcusable, but I guess I'm trying to look at the silver lining, and I really do think that it's just going to make the worth of that saber like go through the roof because everyone's been waiting so damn long, and it's such a limited run that I really do think. I mean,
Are
if
you
want to
on
look
the
at it
list,
from
Dave?
Yeah, I'm on the run. I've been
You
waiting.
no, are you on the list? Do you have one on order?
Yes, I do.
Oh, okay. I don't feel
He has yours. He's gonna
I don't
get
feel
yours.
so bad now if you're waiting too, bro.
They didn't tell you. They didn't tell you.
No, I didn't know you were on the list as well. No.
Yeah, no, they didn't tell you that I bought your spot out. They didn't tell you that yet.
Guess what? There's been a few times where I thought I was like this close. I'm like, should I sell my spot or not? I don't know.
Yeah, you're not alone, man. There's a lot of people that are pretty upset about it. You've seen it on there. Everybody bitching.
I'm trying to be cool. I'm trying to bite my tongue and not hassle the guy. You know?
It is a far more complex saber than
the big boy.
Yeah, way more complex. Oh my god, the number of pieces.
Think so?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and the big boy Harris, JAD worked on the big boy and has one as well of his own that he really thinks highly of. So that's why we have high hopes for the Flame, because like he's worked on these other Sabercraft sabers, and they're just like they just end up being epic, you know.
Yeah.
Listen,
kind of start out epic.
I built 2 MB sabers in the time that I'm waiting on that Flame. Okay.
Yeah. I'll bet, because that's about
and for me,
how long
the
it would
MB,
take.
like the MB Saber is a unicorn, you know.
Yeah.
I built 2 in the time I'm waiting for that saber.
Yeah, I saw your photos on the second one you're doing, all super blingy. That thing's badass.
Yeah, brass, all silver. Oh wait, you ready for this? You want to see something cool?
Yeah.
I went to Walmart a couple nights ago, and I picked up a jewelry cloth, the silver cleaning jewelry like you use on jewelry, like your necklace to polish it up. Yep. And I went to town on the brass and silver MB, and man, this thing is like, look at the shine on that.
Holy crap!
It's like gold, man.
So that's straight out of Shapeways, and then you just started hitting it with the cloth.
Pretty much, yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
That is glitzy.
Now I did sand up a lot. I had to sand it out a lot because
that's
a lot
some
of the
saber
parts
porn right there, my friend. Saber porn.
Yeah.
Whew. Yeah, it is. MaceWindu would be proud.
Yeah, man, that is just sweet, man. Look at all that.
Palpatine.
Go slower.
The silver is just unbelievable.
Oh yeah. Bow bow. Bow bow.
Chicka chicka brown brown. Chicka chicka brown cow.
We gotta like make the edges of the screen fuzzy.
I hope somebody got a screenshot of that. That's a future Harris meme right there.
Am I a wackadoodle? I take it to bed with me every night like a security blanket.
I get it, man. I would snuggle with that thing too.
But I do love it.
It's badass.
That is.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You have to build one of those like rails on the side of the bed so it doesn't fall out like you do for a kid.
I'm actually thinking the bottom section here are two hatches. Like this is one, and this is another.
Does he still use the pin system that slides out through the speaker to release them? Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if you can see it here, but I covered the pin with a piece of copper tubing right here. But the pin runs here.
Oof.
Here.
Yeah. He's made a lot of changes, hasn't he, Harris?
OMG. That's right, Jim.
So I'm actually thinking about replacing the 2 hatches down here. Silver hatches.
Really?
And if I do that, if I do replace those 2 hatches, the battery hatch is $400 in silver.
Jeez.
And the board hatch in the front is $380. So we're talking close to $700-800 for the 2 hatches.
Damn.
And then I would get the tech piece right here. I would get that in brass to offset the color.
Wow.
Gotcha.
So I'm debating, but that would take it to about $4,200 invested in this
Yeah.
saber so far.
Wow.
Yep.
That's just the
4,200.
about
interior, guys.
Yeah.
4,200.
My
And that
goodness.
doesn't include the vintage Graflex.
Well, yeah. Oh, there you go. That's the top of the cake right there. Thank God you can do installs, or that thing would be.
It's a unicorn.
Yeah.
I see a lot of MB Sabers, but I don't see anybody spending the money to do them in all brass and silver, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And that's sterling, right?
Well, it's on
Is it
Shapeways,
plated?
they call it 100% real silver. It's solid. It's solid. And I was a pawnbroker for many years. I used to buy and sell jewelry. And when I polished it up, man, it looks like a silver necklace you would wear.
Wow.
It's badass.
So you're gonna
That
have
is
to
badass.
polish it though quite a bit, quite often, right?
Well, so that's the thing. Like when I was building this, you know, I kind of wanted the high polish, and I might do that. Like I bought that. The cloth was like $6 and it polished it up beautiful. I'm going to show you the cloth. Hang on.
Is it yellow? The cloth? Because I bought a bunch of those on Amazon.
This is just a jewelry cloth, but it was
I think
white
that's the
when I
same one.
started.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It was
The
white
one.
when I started, and it
Now,
comes with some
eventually-
kind of a solution on it. And I just would sit and watch TV and polish. But I'm hoping that it gets a little bit of tarnish on it to give it some of
Okay.
the aging. I didn't use any brass black or aluminum black on it. So I'm hoping that playing with it and holding it does give it a little bit of that weathering. But at the same token, these $6 for a polishing cloth and just go to town on
Yeah,
it.
man.
See, that was gonna be my next question right there. Are you gonna let it patina just a little bit?
I might, and then that's the fun of it. Like I can let it patina up and then polish it up and take it back and add more.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
We'll see
for
what
sure.
happens to it over the years. I mean, a lot of things can happen to it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I
think
can't
it's
wait till we get
badass.
a board in it. Aunt and I are
kinda
going
like
to do
it.
some surgery on that in a couple of weeks, right, Aunt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this says from Jim, have you seen the new one that separates in the middle? Harris,
Yes,
there's a
I
new
have. It's not actually new. And I've learned a lot about Martin Bear, and I'm even trying to get him on an episode of Saber Talk. He's very what's the word I'm thinking of? Like he doesn't like to do online stuff. I'm trying to get him on, but that saber that splits in half is his proprietary setup. He will not
That's the
sell
first
that
one.
through Shapeways.
What do you mean by
Well,
splitting in half? It's like the episode 8 saber or something? That
Well,
breaks?
so what it is, I'll show you what it is
Yes.
here. Okay.
It's the first prototype he made that he based that one
Yes.
that Harris has his hand
Well,
off of.
I believe there's a couple. I think there's been a few.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
right here in the center, it's got I'm going to call it like a key-like system so that it fits in and then twist locks.
Oh, okay.
And there's pins that run from the lower half to the upper half like a plecker pixel pin, you know? So when he puts it together, the pins make contact and the power goes to the top of the saber. But he will not sell that. He will only sell it as a set that he builds. You cannot buy those parts on Shapeways.
That's his original baby.
So, and you're talking probably with today's saber pricing, I'm guessing somewhere between $6,000 and $8,000.
Wow.
For his sabers that split, if he builds one. If he
Wow.
builds one. But that's like you'll never find that in the wild. That's a rarity. You know?
So what's the idea of it splitting is like when you take the Graflex apart, the bottom comes with it?
So the whole saber pulls out of the Graflex like this. And then you can take this and split this in the middle and then physically remove the crystal. It's got a long crystal that slides down into the center of it. Like this actually has 2 crystals in it. There's one here and one here. The one that we're talking about, has one long crystal that goes through the whole section here. And actually, I believe the crystal It's also the videos that I've seen, the crystal is also part of his necklace system. So if you put it in the necklace, it lights up the crystal. You can wear the crystal with the necklace lit up. And then you take it out and you put it in the saber and it lights when you put in the saber. There's some kind of contacts. Now, I don't know if they're contacts or magnets, but when you insert the crystal in, the crystal lights up. And it doesn't light up until it goes into the saber.
Yeah,
pretty cool.
It's badass.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool. The guy's a genius. The guy's an absolute genius.
If you type into YouTube space, Martin Bear,
you'll
Graflex, you'll see it. It's only like a 4-minute, 5-minute long, silent video where it just shows it off.
Yeah.
If you've never seen it, Space or Mundo oh my God. That actually, between that saber and Michael Murphy's Graflex, I was like, yeah, I'm diving in head first. Again, I got to do this proper. So those two sabers right there fired me up.
And I talked to you maybe, 2 years ago about talking to Michael Murphy. I wanted to do one of his kits, but you have a Michael Murphy. So I wanted to do the MB just to see what it would, see the difference. You know what I mean? And I mean, the Michael Murphy Graflex is unbelievable. It's just beautiful.
Both.
It's beautiful.
I love them both.
Beautiful.
Yep.
Beautiful. I mean, I oogled over it for forever. And then to see it in Anthony's house in real life was like mind-numbing,
Yeah, and it's OG. Michael Murphy is like, it doesn't get any more OG than that one. Yeah, really? This is it.
And I don't know if that's the right video you got on.
Maybe. I
think, this is from 2016.
Sure,
maybe this is the one.
This one might separate.
The video that we're talking about starts off. It's just the crystal on the necklace.
But this has the rotating color.
Dude,
I love that, man.
That's different. That top piece, I don't think comes out of the top of the Graflex.
Oh, okay.
That I think is the original one. I think what you got on the screen right now is the original MB. When you see
he's got like
pulls out.
Yeah, he's got like SMD LEDs built in there that make contact with the chassis when you plug it in.
Yeah, I think it's two crystals that meet in the middle with that band around it. Yeah. And see if you can find that other video, the one where the whole saber pulls out. This just the lower half pulls out of the Graflex.
Unbelievable machining, though. Look inside that collar.
That is. I mean, my God.
Looks like a jet engine in there.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
I wonder how many hours it took just to get that going. Shoot.
Plenty.
I think this one's all hand machined.
Yeah.
I believe so too.
Yeah. Whereas the one with Shapeways, of course, is 3D printed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so and it's spring loaded. He's got like springs in there so that those little clips kind of bite into the Graflex chassis and the Graflex top.
Let me pull up this other video I found. Let me know if this is the one. I don't see the necklace yet, but let me see. See if this is it.
Where the whole chassis comes out.
This is it. Yeah, this is from 2021. So I think that this maybe.
This is it. I think this is it. Yeah, because you see.
Oh, I see it. I see it on the table. Yeah.
Yes. Now watch what he does with this saber, man. Just mind blowing, dude.
And that's just all brass right there, right?
Yeah. Definitely all brass.
Wow. Look at that.
Got the OLED in there.
Yeah, he's got the OLED screen. I'm debating whether to put one in mine. I'm not sure. Yeah, this is it. You see that center band that's real thick? That's where it splits in two.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is the new magnetic spinning thing he's got going on.
Yeah, this has a splitting gate too. This has a plasma gate on it.
Yeah, high-speed magnetic thing, and each of those little acrylic panels folds out.
Yeah, the little panels, they're like spring-loaded. They snap in and out. They make a beautiful, like a very satisfying snap sound when they close.
Like my mouth.
After watching this
watch,
video.
look, splitting mechanism. There you go.
Look at that. Oh my
Look at
God.
that.
Look at that. That is so wicked cool.
And I think, and if you pause it, the center ring that wraps around the crystal, you can see all the little tiny pins that make contact.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, right there. Back it up about 2. Yeah, right there. You see all those little pins? I think they make contact with the top, and that's what takes the power from the top of the saber to the bottom of the saber, or vice versa.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
They're probably pogo pins that just barely stick out.
Yeah.
Right. Genius.
Amazing. Look
Is
at
he
that.
in Germany, Harris? He's German, right?
What's that?
Is he in Germany? Am I getting that right?
Germany. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he types in perfect English. I haven't spoken to him, but he and I have texted, not texted, emailed a few times, and he types perfect English.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, those little hatches, man. When they close, they make just such a killer snap.
Oh, you can see the magnets
Mm-hmm.
on the hatches. I just now, for the first time, saw the magnets on the hatches.
Yeah.
Yep, right there, around. Shiny.
Yeah, on the bottom.
They have to be the what? The nicadium? Nicadium?
You know,
right here, the hatch.
That
Now
is-
watch this. Watch the crystal.
Oh, there's that
Now, you
necklace.
see there's 2 little contacts on that crystal there on the back side. This is what powers. They're magnets also. There's a battery. There's like a 2025 button battery in that.
Oh, yeah, I see that.
And it's got a little
Yeah, I
switch. He throws the
love me some
switch,
magnets.
and that lights the crystal.
That's cool as shit. Look at that.
Voila.
And I believe it's all Shapeways parts. But he won't sell this on Shapeways. You have to buy it direct from him.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'll bet.
I believe approximately $400 just for the necklace.
God damn.
Yeah. It's got to have some kind of magnet in there that catches it.
Wow.
Well, the LEDs, the SM LEDs, and then the magnets, probably the nicadium magnets along with the SMD LEDs.
Some kind of super, like, rare earth magnet.
Yeah.
He twists it in. It fits in just right. And now it'll light up. Now the crystal will light up.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Beautiful.
CFX,
Absolutely beautiful.
CFX probably. CFX in that. Yeah, Jim. I still haven't figured out how to pronounce.
I believe it's a CFX. He's got a spring on that little part too. This little piece right here, he's got it spring loaded. And I believe that little pin goes up and locks everything in place.
Intricate.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's a basic MD Saber build. You can see the spinning gate. The SPG, it's called spinning plasma gate.
CFX.
Yeah, he almost works. He does exclusive Plector Lab stuff when he does his own stuff.
That's right.
Yeah.
Mundo, this is your second build.
What's that?
I just told Mundo he's going to build this one second.
Yeah, there you go.
Leveling up.
Right? That is funny. Yeah.
The spinning thing and everything.
That is magnificent. Look at that. Oh. My gosh. Now I would not mind try to find maybe do one with the plasma gate, but not only but just a solid core plasma gate. That would be kind of cool as hell.
I put a crystal in my plasma gate. That was Anthony's suggestion that I absolutely fell in love with.
I like that. Versus
So it's actually a dual
too.
crystal. There's a crystal in the top and a crystal in the bottom.
Yep.
Yeah, see that would be ideal right there. you know, the crystal on bottom, the crystal on top, with the plasma gate in between.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be
True.
that like freaking
True
awesome.
Star Wars fashion. 2 crystals.
Felicia, what up, Felicia?
Mouth open. Yeah, man.
Yeah, Jim, for sure, man. I'm all right. That's why I gotta have my cup right here. Keep myself from drooling too much.
It's not for drinking, it's for catching the drool.
But now, if you notice something, the crystal itself is not changing color. The crystal remains blue. The plasma gate and the blade change color.
True Jedi
Interesting.
for real.
So he's sticking true to Graflex with the main crystal.
Well, I think also he put some kind of a little SMD, maybe just went with a blue SMD LED in there.
Oh, true. That makes sense, Harris.
Yeah. Now, keep in mind, too, this is from a year ago, maybe 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the LED I put in here, I put a KR Sabers came out with a little, I mean, literally, it's like a ant. You know what a 5mm LED is? It's
Yeah.
a 5mm NeoPixel.
Just
Not
a chip,
not
right?
an LED.
Just a chip.
A chip, yes. A 5mm, and that's what's sitting under my crystal waiting to be lit up.
Wow,
Beautiful.
Amazing. Just amazing.
that is amazing. Wow.
We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
Right.
Right.
Yep. It's like the supercar Porsche of lightsabers.
Yeah.
Right
I mean,
out of Germany.
I think given enough time, Jedi arms dealer could give him a run for his money.
I think so too. I mean,
Thanks,
shoot.
guys. We'll see.
He'd make the whole thing in acrylic.
No, Jedi arms dealer works with metal too. But it could be all acrylic.
I'm actually considering making a Glass Flex V2 and throwing it up on eBay. We'll see.
Nice.
Wow, a glass.
We'll see. I don't know if it's going to happen this year, but we've been talking about it.
I just got an idea for like a graphic, like a video graphic for Jedi arm. I don't know if this makes sense, but I was thinking like a glass flex being smashed on the floor. So I guess, I don't know, you could do that in like CGI where it's like it's smashed into glass bits, but reverse it. So like your intro or whatever is like all those little glass bits like coming up off the floor and like forming the glass flex.
Oh wow.
I like that.
I don't know if we need to destroy like a glass model or if we could do it with CGI, but wouldn't that be sweet if like
That would be
came up
cool.
and formed a glass flex?
I like that. Or we make an ice mold for it, and then you just drop the ice mold on the floor.
Perfect.
Then you don't hurt anything.
Exactly.
Except some water. Huh.
I could ask my friend Jim to animate it if we caught that video, or I don't know. We could ask him how to do it because he's a expert at all this Fulcrum Force on Instagram and YouTube. He's animating a bunch of stuff for me, and I know he's really good at it. He makes some sick intros. That'd be crazy to get something like that made. I think I want to see it like kind of like rotating. Glass flex.
Barbara's learning Unreal Engine right now, and it's pretty unreal.
That could do it too.
That's like,
that could probably do it.
The stuff that she's showing me, I'm like, that is just freaky stuff I've always wanted to learn, but I do more, hands-on metal. And
is Unreal Engine
is my jam
for video games, or it's like more than video games?
You can use it for whatever. You can use it for promotional material, video games, anything you want. But yeah, it's basically taken over the video game industry. As far as the go-to for.
And maybe they do
world.
like movie effects with it too. I don't know. I think they might do movie effects.
Mm-hmm. They do some crazy stuff.
Unreal Engine 5.
Yeah. I thought you guys would get a kick out of this. This is my Bendu Armory.
I've seen some of those. How does it feel, man? How in the hand?
I love it because it's super lightweight. I've dropped it a couple times. It doesn't hurt it at all.
But because it's not metal.
Right. This is actually a one of a kind that Andrew made for me out of fiberglass, because it's got a Bluetooth audio transmitter in it that I can transmit audio to the car. And so I did not know this when I bought it. Originally, I bought the carbon fiber version, and RF, like through Bluetooth, will not go through carbon fiber. Carbon fiber is almost like metal that way. So I contacted him and I was like, dude, I really want, I didn't either, because I knew it wouldn't go through aluminum. So I contacted him. We had a long conversation. I was like, can you make it out of any other material that I can like put a Bluetooth card in it? So he's like, give me a month. And he whipped this out in fiberglass, and he sent it to me. I was like, dude, this is perfect. So, so what's funny is this is just a SpaceWindu Industries chip in there, no diffusion film, and a shorty blade. That's it. There's five of Space's pixels in there. I was like,
awesome.
This thing is this is badass.
So it'll run a full pixel blade though, because it's got pogo connectors in there.
Yeah, but they're not the lit. It's just the standard non-lit pogo connectors. But like literally yesterday, I had this scrap piece of blue enhanced blade and a tip, and I popped one of Space's chips in there, and I was like, "This is freaking perfect."
I guess it's the color you have running. It looks like it's the amber enhanced to my eye.
Oh wow! It might be the color it's on right now. I think it's like on it. Yeah, it's on an amber color, but I had to show that off because I love these Space
beautiful, bro.
chips. Oh, thanks, man. I've done some custom work. I milled these out up here because it only had sound holes on the bottom. It's got like a flickering amber LED.
I actually was just watching your original video on the carbon fiber one. I watched that today, actually.
That's when I discovered, and I actually showed the picture of this one when he made it, but I hadn't gotten it yet. So I love this thing.
I need to watch that
one. The crap out of it.
Yeah, I've been going back watching some of your older videos, bro. Killer stuff.
Thanks,
I've never seen a carbon. I mean, a fiberglass lightsaber. I'm surprised to hear you say that it's very robust, but I guess that makes sense because it takes a lot to like break a car that's made of fiberglass. But
I used to have a Corvette that was made of fiberglass.
Yeah, like once it gets hit hard enough, it pops. But I guess it's strong up until then.
Or like a boat, which is what I've been working on all week, which is why I'm sunburned right now. So like, you figure they make boats pretty strong. Yeah. So that's true. I love that thing. It's so unique. He hasn't made another one yet. No one's asked for it. So I was like, that's my Bluetooth jam.
Can I ask a question? What is the process? Is it molded? Does he actually like have a mold and he lays the fiberglass or the carbon fiber in it?
Yeah, and he's actually gotten a lot cleaner on the seams, but there is, if you look at it real close, there is a seam that goes along both sides.
It's a two-part mold.
Basically what he does, I'm pretty sure he like designs the 3D model of this in AutoCAD, I would assume, and sends that model off to a machine shop, and they make two super hard metal negatives of it, two halves. And so then they lay the fiberglass cloth in there, and then they pour resin, and then they have a machine that presses this down.
Wow.
Stuff oozes all through the cloth and out the sides at some insanely ungodly high pressure, and then makes this, and then it cures in there because it's resin. So it cures in there through a heat process, and then they pop it out of the mold, and voila. And that's how they make carbon
difficult
fiber
to install then, because you only have the two ends to work with?
Oh, no, it came with a beautiful chassis. Really.
Oh, okay.
I'm guessing it splits in the middle somewhere?
No, I don't think it can, right? He just has to slide that chassis in.
This is so easy. So this is just the cover tech, right? Cover tech comes out. Another thing I love about this, because I can just pop it out of here.
Is that also the blade retention?
Nope, this is the blade retention. It's got a separate blade retention right here. So the cover tech doesn't go all the way to the blade, right? So there's your blade retention. Pull the blade out. SpaceWindu Industries. Look at that thing blind you.
Nice.
So you just go like this, grab it, pop it out with your thumb, and then the whole thing comes out.
Wow, dude.
Wow.
So this is the first chassis that he made, the It was red nylon.
That looks sick,
So
actually.
I've
That
dressed
looks
the
like
crap out of it.
That looks like a real, like Star Wars item.
Oh
to me.
wow, look at that.
Doesn't it?
Yeah,
Kind of, you know, it's
I've done
very
a lot,
unique looking.
a lot. I've done all this work in here, and this is the Bluetooth. This is the Bluetooth chip, and this is just like the crystal chamber. And then there's like a heat sink thing here. I've added all this stuff. These are stainless steel laser etched covers I put over the Profi, and then of course the battery's in here with screen, and then I've added all this piping, and then I had like this is a part to a flashlight right here.
Where are you pointing? Wow. Where are you pointing there at the bottom?
Yeah, that's
nice.
This right here.
Oh, nice.
This is a part to a flashlight, and so I glued that on the end of it, and put an LED in there, and then of course it's got a 28 bass speaker. But I love this thing. Like it's
That's
super
killer.
simple. This is my test saber, so like everything I do with Bluetooth.
The top, the emitter on that is aluminum, right?
Yes, but the new ones come with steel. They're because he made these for hardcore dueling for the was it TSA?
Okay.
Is that what it is?
TSL?
Yeah, Saber Legion.
TSL?
TSL, Saber Legion, yeah.
Sorry, yeah, TSL. So those guys buy the crap out of these because you can drop them and smack them, and
you mean the fiberglass version he makes for TSL, or a different type of version?
No, the carbon fiber.
Carbon fiber.
Yeah, right. Those are ridiculously strong.
Yeah, I imagine the TSL guys aren't putting Bluetooth in them. They're just they're beating them up, you know.
Right.
Yeah, they're just beating them up.
And Jim is saying, laugh out loud, ask the RC drone guy, carbon fiber is an RF killer.
Yep. I did not know that. Till it was too late.
I wouldn't have known that either. It makes sense. It makes sense now that it's like I could see that. I could see that it's like dense or whatever.
Right. And then last show and tell, since it's Mundo Monday, I got a Corin horn finally of my own.
Wow, look at that. Wow.
Did you make this or you ordered it?
Nope. This is a guy on eBay that was blowing out a bunch of sabers after Christmas. He calls himself Wicked Sins Sabers.
Yes, I bought a piece from him. Not a saber, but I bought a chassis from him, and man, does he do some great work or what?
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. This thing, I mean, it's a one-off, and I was like, I gotta have it. It wasn't even that much money. And he's already thought of like the control box. So these are spring-loaded. There's already switches preloaded in here.
Wow, that's nice.
This whole copper plate. So he aged all this stuff. I mean, it's unreal.
Yeah, it does look very rough, like it's been, you know, at the bottom of like a desert or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does amazing work. His chassis is like unreal.
I don't know where he gets the raw parts from, but he did a ton of milling and drilling and just crazy stuff. So,
what are your plans for it? Like CF10 or Profi, or try a new board?
I'm not sure yet.
Maybe there's no sound.
No. I'm either CFX or Profi still at this point. I just want to make sure I get a good sound in this one. You know?
To me, it looks like it'll sound very menacing.
Let me show you this.
It's got a J-lock.
This is a chassis from Wicked Sin Sabers right here. So I don't know. Dude.
I bought like a gold one that he did that's almost just like that. Wow, that is sweet.
This is
3D printed.
Yeah, it's 3D printed. So
he does good work.
Where the speaker is here, and then it opens up. Let me see. Hold on here.
Mundo, did you weather that up? Did you weather that a little bit?
No, that's how it was printed out.
That's how it came. Wow, looks good.
Got a hinge on it and everything.
Looks like there's something.
But what I need, to do is I need to get a piece that goes here for the pins to hold the pins, and that's the only thing I need for this chassis. And then I can start wiring this chassis up. You know.
I just use the blade, like the end, the clear donut that goes in the end of a blade space. That's what I use to hold in the pogo pins.
Really?
That's because it's insulated. You don't have to worry about touching metal if you glue it right in the center of that.
No kidding. I'm gonna have to try that. that.
That's what I've been doing. It's beautiful.
Damn. I would have never thought about that.
I'll solder. Yeah. Solder it, wire it up, and then you know, you ever buy that epoxy that comes with a little mixing tube that comes off the end of it? You seen those?
Mm-hmm.
That is gold. I use those. It has the 2-part epoxy and like a syringe, and when you push on it, it pushes it through a little mixing tube and mixes it all up.
Right.
And so that's what I do to hold those in there, so your wires will never come off your solder joints. It's golden for life.
My God, I've got to try that. And that stuff that you're talking about, man. So
I got some. Hold on, I got some right here.
It looks nice too. The way Jedi Arms Dealer does his work with it is like, it looks like he does it very precision wise, where it's a little tiny pool of the epoxy that dries flat and clear and just looks very professional. Let me make your screen bigger.
This stuff is the bomb right here.
Okay.
DevCon, I'm pretty positive they sell it on Amazon, but you see the little clear, tube that comes with it.
And what you just pop one of these, like kind of every build, you kind of like, because you know, although you are supposed to be able to like store these and use it again, I've never found it. Like, it's always hard when I go back to use it again,
right?
So I have to open another one.
Well, these are pretty good. You get like 2 uses out of this one because it comes with 2 mixing tubes. Those little tubes that pop on the end. So far, I've been able to get 2 uses out of it. So I'll wait until I do a few things and I'll use half of it and then I'll put it away, pop the other tube on. But this stuff is unreal. That is my favorite. It doesn't smell bad like the there's a Target brand that I used to get and it stinks, but this stuff doesn't smell at all. So,
Awesome.
Yeah, look, they got it for like $12. Oh no, it's just actually, this might not be the same one with the mixing tube, but yeah, it looks like they got it on Amazon.
You got to find the one with the mixing tube. That is the bomb.
Oh, $8.55 for the one with the mixing tube. Nice.
Yep.
I'm actually surprised that on Amazon this isn't asking me if I want a darn subscription for this. It's like everything is like, oh, you want us to deliver 3 of these a month? It's like, no,
right?
Stop, all right?
One time only. Let me try it first. Exactly.
We don't need like new sheets like every month or whatever they're trying to give me a subscription for.
You got Amazon?
Unless you got a kinky profession, you don't need sheets every month.
Every time I buy something on Amazon for the next year, it asks me if I want to buy it again.
No, like the next day after I buy something and before I even got it, it asks me to review it. And I'm like, I didn't even get this shit yet. Or like it's like the seller is asking us to ask you to review this. It's like, bitch, I didn't even get this yet.
Yeah.
And do I want to like, review something on day 1, minute 1? No.
Yeah. Get off me.
Rich Shangillo says, I love making the chassis for Sabers. The challenge is my favorite part. I think that's the key too, is like the chassis. And I was never a maker of fine chassis, so I'm always respectful of people that are.
That's what that
is pretty awesome.
See, and now I gotta find somebody that'll make a chassis for me as for my father's build, because I got the low profile for the box control from TTSS, and I put it on there. So the way I'm going to wire it is much like this one, but with the low profile. And what I want to do is that I need to have the chassis where I can just plug and play, probably have some connectors that'll just run from the from up the chassis on up out the box, so that I can connect them and then put the little the buttons down. You know what I mean? So the only thing that I really need to disconnect is just the buttons themselves when I want to pull the chassis out, and then reconnect it real quickly. I gotta figure something out how to do that.
The Darth Sidious Saber by 89 Sabers has the best system for removable chassis, as far as because it has the red and green tactile switches on the Sidious Saber.
Mm-hmm.
They come in their own like preloaded spring-loaded housing, and so once you put them in the hilt permanently, and you use Dimitri's chassis design, I wish someone would come out with switches for sabers, all different types. They would sell like crazy because that is the key to a removable chassis. Every time is having those little spring-loaded.
Yeah.
And so what?
Well-
something pokes the
plunger.
chassis. A plunger
Yep.
pokes the chassis, which has another button,
the
I guess, that
chassis
it
sits underneath,
activates.
and then it
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. And see,
Gotcha.
here's what I'm kind of thinking is maybe like a little slide system type to ignition and then put another smaller button on it. I don't know. I'm still kind of, thinking ideas on it and stuff, but
Yeah. The only thing about a latching power, because I've tried, I did this with Glassflex, the first one. I used a latching power on and power off. The problem with that is there's no easy way to get to color change on the prism. Like,
Oh,
you know what
I
I
mean,
mean?
if you don't have two buttons?
Correct. If you don't have two momentary tactiles, it's real difficult to get to color change on the prism.
I guess you have to
'Cause
decide if
the
you're
latching-
evil or good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
you just
that's why
you have to program your blade per font, and then you're stuck with that. Exactly.
So Mundo,
Yeah,
do you remember me? We went to the same high school. Says Frice Asmer.
Christ. I'd have to look, man. Be honest with you, that's like what? Oh,
See,
shit, almost
my high
30
school,
years.
I would remember if it was me. My high school was small, so we only had 100. I graduated with 134 people, so I think I could remember everyone's first and last name in my class, and probably like write them all down if I had to right now. But
what year, Price?
But I know other people went to high school with what, like 600 or 1,000 people, and then it's hard to remember, or it's hard to even know everybody.
Over 500 kids in my graduating class.
Then,
Wow.
like you're
I know,
probably
mine-
still
well,
meeting
pretty
people.
much.
Like
mine was pretty close to that.
yeah,
I
like
think
you're probably
like-
in senior year and still meeting new people. Whereas like we knew everybody, everybody knew each other, and you were already like friends with everybody. Just
Shoot,
because
man.
it was kind of
High
small.
school, I was
slipped
drunk
through
a
high
lot of the
school. I don't
times in
remember
high
too
school.
much.
The high school was my drinking days, man. Shoot.
I thought today was your drinking days.
Oh, it is too.
Whiskey Monday.
Right?
We'll have to start a Whiskey Wednesday.
Well,
Rich
speaking
Sangilla
of
says,
Wednesday-
"Hey Mundo, this must be your birthday today." Rich says, "I can help you out. I make custom make a lot for people in the community. See that, Mundo? Write his name down and contact Rich Sangilla
Cool. Yes,
tomorrow
for
on
sure.
Facebook."
I'm gonna go back and watch the video again, of us again, because I usually go back and watch the videos over and stuff like that too. So, Rich, for sure, man. I'll get in contact with you or something, and maybe we can work something out, man. Yeah, for sure, dude.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I know Rich does great work. Frice says we used to suck each other off in the
Oh
locker room.
my
You remember?
Dude, seriously.
I must have put somebody up to this now. I did.
SaberTalk
Yeah,
just went
somebody-
X-rated, man.
Come on,
yeah.
dude.
SaberTalk
Really,
just went X-rated.
dude.
So he took saber porn to the next level.
Yeah,
To the-
no
to the-
kidding.
Level 11. Jim Smith says Irish full body whiskey Wednesdays.
Yeah. What's your jam, Mundo?
What's my
I think he likes
jam?
whiskey. I think he likes
Yeah, your
whiskey, don't you?
your whiskey
Well-
jam.
Here's the thing, because Kelly's all like, "I'm your jam."
All right. What's your second jam?
That's a given, man. That's a definite given. What was that bottle that your brother sent me? The Texas whiskey. I don't know. Well, my jam. I don't get me wrong. I mean, I love a lot of different whiskeys, but I would have to go if. Oh, now you got to ask me a hard question.
If force push came to force shove,
God, because I mean, Jack Daniels is one of my go-tos, and
They must all be really good because you've forgotten which one's your favorite.
yeah, well, I'm telling you,
Mind erasers.
yeah,
So mine is the Crown Royal Apple. That's my newest favorite. That is just unbelievable.
I
Crown
don't
is
drink
good.
a lot, but
Crown
I
is
like
very
Fireball.
good.
I
If
don't
I'm
either.
gonna have
This
a
is
shot, it's
this is the one I
Fireball.
started during the Mundo Mondays we used to do on the other channel. I'm almost
Yeah.
done with it.
Good old. Is that the purple?
That's the purple one. Yeah, it was an
Yeah.
old one too.
What's
It's like
that?
a gift I got a long time ago. I started it like with Mundo, and we went through it.
It takes me forever to get through a bottle.
I'm a Fireball
Good
guy.
stuff.
So really,
How do you drink
Well,
Fireball? Is
I
that
mean,
like straight up?
Jack Daniels is really good. I will never drink what is it? In high school I used to drink a lot of Crown, and then went to Jack for a good while. Hennessy every now and then, and of course, right now, a lot of it has, since I became diabetic, I've been drinking vodka, a lot of vodka and tequila. So,
Too much sugar in whiskey.
yeah. So that's why I got to behave myself every now and then. I'll have some regular whiskey, but that Texas whiskey, ah, damn it. I was gonna, the one that I had told Space about.
It's all good. I was just curious. What
No,
you had
I
in
need
your cup right now?
you know what? You got Space. Give him my email so I can send him a pic of the whiskey that I was talking about when I told you about it before.
Definitely. You know
that my
what? He's
brother-in-law got.
on that list that I sent you the link. So if you reply to
Okay.
that, he's on there.
Okay. Yeah. Then I'll send you a pic of the whiskey that my brother-in-law sent me, man. And it is some good shit. Good shit.
Right
Jim
on.
Smith likes Middleton or 2006 Old Light 14 year.
Okay, Barcones single malt. That's what it
Barcones.
is.
You did
Barcones
it.
single malt.
Nice.
Yeah.
Like with the Spanish accent, Barcones?
Yeah.
Because it's Texas. Yeah,
It
man.
is a Texas. It's a Texas-made whiskey, man. Single barrel malt, and the flavor is unbelievable in it, man.
Jedi Arms Dealer, you see how Mundo has a plug behind him?
Yes.
We got to make him some kind of, like, I can design it. Like, give me a tip on how I can have it made. Like
We
something
talked
that
about,
says, did we talk about
you and
that?
I
Something that
talked
says
about that, yeah.
Mundos. Because like I noticed, like we had this bar in my comic called El Mundos. I don't know if we should get something that says Mundo Monday or get something that says Mundo. Maybe something that says Mundos or El Mundos, and he could plug it in right back there. That'd be sick.
That would be
remember?
sick.
Well, you and I had the idea that we could cut it out, big on my laser cutter, a letter at a time, and then somehow figure out a way to hang it or
like make
join
the
them all
lights
together.
look like it was neon. Maybe they flicker or something.
Dude, that would be
stuff
awesome
looks amazing.
because behind here, I'm going to hang some pegboard, but I think I want
Like,
to
is
use.
that where you're normally going to sit, Mundo?
Yes.
Or, like you're normally going to hang out there? Okay.
Yeah.
That'll work.
Yeah, and so if you see, like, right here, you're gonna see all of that wall space that's right here. You see?
We got that room to play with. Yeah, so we'll put up some like Mundo posters, a nice Mundo light right behind you, and
yeah, I want to deck it out a little space Star Warsy type stuff, but I want to incorporate, El Mundos into it.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I was thinking about, Anthony, was to have maybe like a poster of the Divot behind me as well.
Oh,
like
shit.
He's coming up behind me, right? And
about to get you.
Like he's coming up behind me, and here I am pouring a drink.
We could always send you to Walmart and get you a big green sheet. Then it's game on. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, that's another idea, right?
What I just thought of? Like, I think that this would probably sell. I bet you JID could make these, or certainly like Martin Bear or somebody could make these because he has that crystal that lights up. Imagine something that you put and they might even have these on some high-end bars. I don't know. You guys could tell me, but something you put at the end of a liquor bottle that lit up. So when you poured the liquor, the pour was lit up. Wouldn't that be sick? And you put them on all your bottles, you know, and you got like the vodka's pouring blue, and you got the other one pouring like green. You see that?
That'd be sure.
I'm pretty sure they
I've
have
been on
that.
cruises that have certain nights where they give you a drink in a glass,
Uh-huh.
and the glass has LEDs in the bottom of it.
Oh, kind of lights up for you.
The LEDs light up the glass.
Or how about we make the topper a short lightsaber, and the liquid pours out the end of the lightsaber through the blade and lights
I was
up.
just thinking about that, man. Yes.
Right when the liquid hits the lightsaber, it makes the ignition sound.
Oh, dude, that is cool. Yes. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, better yet, like it's like this is my Mundo bottle shirt, which is like a skull bottle. So yeah, like maybe Harris is on the right track. We got like a lightsaber shaped bottle, and if you had like the Galaxy's Edge lightsaber bottles, if you had Galaxy's Edge size bottled lightsabers, you'd have a lot of liquor.
I don't remember where
those things are big.
I've seen a lightsaber flask before. I don't remember where I've seen it, but it was a lightsaber flask.
Like it unscrewed and it had liquor in it. It was like a thermos.
Yeah,
a thermos.
Nice.
That's cool.
Like kind of like what Mundo has. Mundo's been drinking out of tonight, but it's got to be narrower and painted up like a lightsaber.
Mm-hmm.
That would work. But what I'm kind of talking about is for a bar or cruise. Like you could have these like light up ends that could attach to your bottle. When you poured it, you'd be styling.
I like that idea.
You probably end up pouring too much out though. Just trying to see how cool it looks.
No, because it's a sin to have too much alcohol coming out and spilling. So
Oh well, yeah. Okay,
spilling,
all right. That's a good point. So what you'd have is those attachments would like have it pour very nicely. You know what I mean? Like the nice faucets have a nice stream coming out. This would, and actually like the bar attachments, this like the stream comes out so they can time your shots and such, so they don't put too much.
Yeah,
it would pour like that, but maybe in this nice lit up way.
Just like a little dial right here, you know.
That's what Mundo has at his bar. He's also got fire coming out, you know, of the spigot.
I wouldn't be surprised if you did a search on Amazon if some light up nozzles would pop up.
Probably got bottles. Yeah. It's probably not worth making them. They probably got them for less than $8. Because when we like look up stuff to like buy, like it's like, wait, this is only $8. They'll give you like a plug-in RGB thing with a remote, and you're like, what the hell?
Totally.
Rich says he has a Saber Forge pipe.
That's awesome.
I've seen those.
Rich says, anyone going to Celebration? Jedi Arms, you going to Celebration when you go in May?
And I've been trying to get you to go for years. I'm dying to have you when I go to that.
Is it in? Help me out, Rich. I don't know when I have
September, October.
It's in the summer.
Oh, in the summer?
Yeah, it's in LA this year. Yeah, Barbara and I are driving up.
Go, Aunt.
I can't go anywhere yet. I'm like a nursemaid to my old dog who, like, if I leave the room, his eyes follow me.
Poor old Luke.
Yeah.
Jim Smith says put some 1515 RGB NeoPixels in it. Yeah, that would work for my malt liquor distribution system.
Oh yeah.
That'd be fancy.
Felicia says neon spray paint.
Ooh.
Oh, May 25th. That's coming up quick. You know what? That's a month from today. Is that a month from today?
It's coming up quick. Holy crap.
Wow. Chet says, I have tickets for Friday and Saturday. Those are isn't like the Saturday the hardest day to get as soon as you log in. Like I was about to go to New York. Don't they have one in New York and they have one in San Diego, right? And I think I bought tickets for the New York one year. And like the Saturday one is impossible. Then the Fridays go. Then sometimes there's some Sundays left over and some Thursdays. But those tickets are hard to get. Like you have to be fast clicker to get them, like Saturday and Friday tickets. It's at Anaheim. There will be a big
Really?
lightsaber meetup at GE. What's GE?
Galaxy's Edge.
Galaxy's Edge.
Okay. Cool. I still have not been to Galaxy's Edge. That's just sad
Yeah.
that I'm like an hour and a half away.
4 weeks to go.
I'm
God,
dying to
that's
go.
crazy.
I want to go.
I didn't know it was that soon. That's nutty.
Yeah, and see, I'm actually heading to Vegas, man, Wednesday. And
Nice. Oh wow.
there was a Comic-Con here in the Valley, which is McAllen, Texas, and a bunch of anime, and even Chuck Norris was there, and some of the Walking Dead people were there. Who else?
You going there
geez.
for a Comic-Con?
Well, see, that's the thing is I was gonna go to the Comic-Con there, and but when my brother-in-law had invited me to Vegas, I'm all like, I gotta skip the Comic-Con.
Porn convention comes first.
Absolutely.
What do you do in Vegas, Mundo? I love going there, getting into trouble.
Oh yeah, of course.
What kind of stuff you do?
We're gonna go see the NFL draft live, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're gonna go see the NFL draft live, and then do a little bit of gambling over there. I've been practicing my poker lately, my video poker really, and most of it though is for the NFL draft because I think that's going to be kind of fun. See some of the upcoming athletes that are going to be coming up this year.
Do they gamble on the draft?
I think so.
Yeah, they have
gamble
the
on every
sports books
game.
and
There's
stuff.
like every game's on the TV. Everything's on the TV bettable.
I don't know the first thing about it. I'm not a sports guy.
Yeah, over there everything is bettable, man, no matter what.
Rich says there is a special Star Wars After Dark at the park. They are closing it early for the event.
Wow.
That's gonna be sick, man. Take some
Yeah,
videos,
well,
post some videos.
I think
gonna
they
be
did
cool.
that. I think they did that last year too at Galaxy's Edge. I heard they had a special event and gave away some prizes and stuff like one of a kind upcoming stuff. I don't know. I heard something about that last year, so
I should send you
epic right after celebration.
I should send you my TriStar so you could be like I just blaze, blaze.
I went to a
bright.
Comic-Con 2 weeks ago. I went to Philly Comic-Con, and I was walking through the Comic-Con with my TriStar, brightest blade in the building.
You guys got to send me a civilized Sabers flag that I can hang on the top of the blade and just walk around and wave that bitch.
Damn, right?
Yeah, my TriStar was the brightest blade in the whole convention.
I bet.
Blew everybody's away.
I bet.
I believe it, man. I believe it.
Yep. There was a table. There were about, I guess, 30 guys from the 501st were there, and
nice.
a couple of them were like totally oogling my saber, how bright it was, and just how it looked. Yeah.
Oh, I got a buddy of mine that sent me a text. He's watching us right now. His name Jesse Trevino. So shout out to Jesse, man. Thanks for watching us, man.
And
He's
Jesse.
one of my coworkers and one of my buddies.
And Jesse, not like the other one.
Mm-hmm.
Jim says my two favorite games, chess and Texas Hold'em poker.
There you go.
Jim says you bring a Pentastar, you'll blind everyone.
Really? Yep. Absolutely.
As long as we lug behind us a car battery.
Yeah. Need a backpack battery.
I like that idea.
Bring your Tesla to power it up.
Plug and play.
So I wanted to bring up a topic with you guys and see what you think about getting us a little bit back on like lightsabers, more Graflex specific.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys been watching the prices on eBay when it comes to vintages? Harris knows where I'm going.
Now tell me about
also these
the calculators that house the bubble strip.
So
was it like a week ago? I saw one go for a couple thousand, right?
Well, tell me what they used to be. Like, tell me what they used to go for, because I know, like, I've never seen a Graflex vintage
in on a little combo about
over 500. I've never seen like a Graflex vintage over 500, and I never knew what the prices of those calculators were. So you guys could tell us.
So 3 years ago, I had an opportunity to buy one, an EXAR 20, for like $100, but it was in rough shape. It had some corrosion in the battery box, but I was like, I really want one that's in nice shape and it works. That was my criteria.
Do you really care about the rest? All you care about is the little bubbles, right?
Well, I want to buy a crappy one. I wanted to buy a crappy one for the bubble, and I probably should have done that, but I don't know. I was like, if I'm going to buy one and spend the money, I want it to be, like it still works. It lights up and the buttons work. So I got this one. I treated myself not last Christmas, but the Christmas before, to give you an idea where the market is. And this one works. You put batteries in it and it still works. I actually use it for my calculator, which is probably stupid, but I'm gonna break it again. But this one was 220, and so now here. So
that's
fast forward.
I think I saw one in my mom's garage, man. I might have to swipe it from her.
So I just saw one on eBay go for $1,000, and now you're telling me, Harris, $2,000?
What?
Oh my God!
It's what?
Yeah, you can't. You what did you say? You said 2,000. I saw one go.
No,
for
I
1,000.
saw around 1,000. Yeah.
Okay, so that's exponentially how much the stuff's going up.
Yeah, and I actually didn't see the auction. I saw on one of the Lightsaber Facebook pages people were talking about it.
What about
in the conversation?
What about the Sabers, like the shells for the graphics?
I've been looking. I've been thinking about trying to grab another vintage, and I'm seeing in not great shape 600.
Yeah, that's high from what they were 3 years ago.
600 in not great shape. You think is high? I just saw one go the other night for 610, I think, but it wasn't in the best of shape.
Me and Harris cut one up last year and turned it into a
yes, we did.
Turned it into a different Saber.
Yes, we did. You and I cut it up.
I'll do that if somebody's already like cut a hole in it. I'm like, okay,
yeah.
Keep in mind,
ours was missing a part, so it was fine.
And the one that we cut up was already broken when we cut it up.
Right. It had like
that's my rule.
The tab.
The tab was broken off
the
there.
The tab right here was snapped off, and there's no bunny ears.
I think there was something wrong with the bottom of it too.
And actually, I'll tell a little story while we're on Saber Talk. So Anthony had a Graflex there that we used to turn it in. What did you call that Saber? What did you name that Saber?
Exoflex.
Exoflex. So, and the bottom of that Graflex was in beautiful shape. And this is my vintage, but like the schmuck I am, about 6-7 years ago, I drilled holes in the bottom of my Graflex, and I wanted more sound. And today I could kick myself for doing that. But Ant, I don't know if you remember, you actually were gracious enough that you said, well, we're going to cut it up anyway. So Ant traded me the bottom with the holes in it for the good vintage. So this is the bottom of that Exoflex, Ant.
Oh, so what we used your other vintage?
We used the bottom of my vintage Graflex.
Oh, because it already had a hole drilled in. I gotcha.
And then you chopped the bottom inch or so off of it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I do remember that now.
Yeah.
How's that D-ring held on, Harris? Did you drill it or did you use double-sided tape?
E6000.
Nice work.
If I want,
looks great.
Very nice.
And I'll never I don't hang it from this, But I actually went out. I actually bought, and I have a couple of things here. I bought a Roman's bottom for like $60. That if I really want to carry that, I'll put the Roman's bottom on it. And I'll show you this too. Hang on.
So from my experience in the last 4 to 5 years, Graflexes have doubled.
Wow, man.
In price. Yeah.
Through the roof.
Yeah, because I was getting Fulmers 4 or 5 years ago for like 500. You can't touch them now for less than 1,000.
What's a Fulmer? A different type of flash gun?
That's an older Graflex.
Wow.
Yep.
So this is a Graflex shop.
So it's more sought after than another vintage. Fulmer is even.
There's less stampings of them because they're old.
It doesn't have a patent on it.
What are they made of? Which metal? Steel?
Brass.
brass.
It's nickel
Yeah,
plated.
they're all chrome. Like, is it chrome? It's like a plated brass.
I've read that they nickel plated them, but it looked chrome. It was shiny, and then they had a machine that buffed them down.
Yeah, if you sand this, you'll
Wow.
get brass under here. But this is a Graflex shop replica. So I'm kind of debating. I bought this a year ago. Long story, but I kind of lost my vintage for a little while. My ex-wife stole it. Believe it or not. My ex-wife cleaned me out of a lot of stuff.
It was held hostage.
Yeah, she stole it. And I took her to court. And I said, I want my Graflex back. So I didn't get it back. But at the time, I bought the replica.
That's hilarious.
And it took about a year for me to get the replica. They were still in the process of making them. This is the Graflex Shop 2, version 2. So now that I have this, I'm debating.
Nice.
I may, like, if I ever want to take my Martin Bear out, I may put it in this to take out of the house. And this way I'll never take the vintage out again. You know?
Is there modifications you had to do to that vintage or to that shell, the other shell, to make it work with the Martin Bear?
Yeah. So if you pull the top out of the Graflex, the little slide switch, I don't have that in here. I don't know if you can see it.
It has like a tab on the inside.
There's
right?
a tab on it, and it's actually an L bracket, like an L shape. So you have to actually cut it and file it down so that for the Martin Bear, it hits the auxiliary switch. So this is not on my vintage. This tab is a Graflex Shop little button. I don't know if you can see it. There's a couple different parts.
Yeah.
And the little L bracket inside is a Graflex Shop L bracket. But this little plate is the vintage plate from the vintage setup. In order to get to it, it's a rivet originally. You have to drill it out. So in order to get to it, you have to drill it out. That when they come this way, they come with a C-clip. So basically, parts of this are original, parts are vintage. Parts are vintage, parts are replica. So yeah, you do. You have to modify a Graflex to put a Martin Bear in it. But I feel, a Graflex. Dave, what's a Graflex go for? A beautiful vintage today.
Well, that's the thing. Is it a non-patent Fulmer, a patent Fulmer, or an ink? Because I look at this stuff every day.
Well, Jim Smith says, there's 620 to 700, and Jedi Arms Dealer says even more for the Fulmer.
The Fulmers are $1,000, unless they're just trashed. But
I need to go to a small town where nobody knows anything about this stuff and see if I can find one.
My Martin Bear, I had just in the chassis. I have 3,500 invested already into it. So I mean, what do? Do you chop up the vintage to make it work, or
Yeah, I'll only hack them if they've already got a hole in them or something, severe. Otherwise, I just can't. I can't sleep at night if I know.
I'll never punch a hole in the bottom of this again.
Yeah.
I'm lucky that Ann actually did me a favor and did me a solid to get a nice, beautiful vintage, And it was the same bottom. This is an ink bottom, and that was an ink bottom that you had, Ann, that you chopped up,
Jim Smith says, just grab a Graflex Shop or 89 Sabers Graflex,
that's
and you'll
what
be
this
good.
is. That's what this is. And to be honest with you, I mean, you can't tell the difference.
No, I like the TGS Gen 2. Those are just sick. Like, they're so close.
What's that made of? Steel or has brass as a base?
It's brass, same process. Brass.
Really?
Yeah.
With the chrome or the nickel plating. Now, you know what I find? And
they did
Dave,
it right.
I don't know if you actually found this or not, but the Graflex Shop replica, the metal is actually a little thinner than my vintage is.
Okay.
I don't know if you've noticed that.
But is it the same diameter, and it's just more?
Just the thickness of the metal, like the actual thickness of the metal that make up the tube is a little thinner than on my vintage.
But I think what Space is asking is, does it affect the ID, the internal diameter, like if you're going to build a chassis?
I don't. So I filed down the Martin Bear chassis to fit in my vintage first, and I had this in a box, and I said, "Let me see," and it fit right in. So I could put the Martin Bear in this or in the other one. You know.
Okay.
It's so minute. I mean, you really need to have an eye for detail to notice that, but it's really so minute that it's not a big deal.
I'll be right back. I'm going to have a moment of show off, but I got to go grab the iPad.
Jim Smith, in the meantime, he says, the original 1928 to 1932 is a Fulmer Graflex nickel-plated brass.
Yeah.
And then 1933 to 1956 is a Graflex Incorporated product. Just the vintage Fulmer glass eye and spring today, right now, is almost $300. So just the Fulmer glass eye and spring. So the little bit part that sits usually for most people, as like a little glass eye, or a little see-through, or a little blade retention. That alone is like the cost of Harris's silver part, of his chassis. So that's like a PlayStation. That's like a PlayStation video game system just for that.
Yeah.
So along those lines, I don't play the stock market or do any of that kind of stuff, but nice. I am a hardcore collector. Just to show how much of a nerd I've been in the last 25 years. I've literally look on eBay and have automated searches that run every day. I check them every morning. For 25 years I've done this. And so this is what I finally amassed as of, hope you guys can see that. That's my collection.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
So those are all Fulmers in the middle.
So that's where they all went. There, you got them all.
So what Jedi Arms Dealer is actually showing all of us now is an iPad it's a camera at the bank facing his safety deposit box, and inside what is inside the box.
It's live footage of his safe deposit box.
Yeah,
that's exactly what it is.
This is live footage of Jedi Arms Dealer's safe deposit box.
So do not try to break into Jedi Arms Dealer's residence. These are not located there.
That's
these
right.
Are located at the Wells Fargo.
I love that. That's exactly what that is. So I can see exactly who's trying to steal my Graflexes at the bank.
That's you got to be holding 25, 30 grand right there.
It's freaky. That's why I'm like, how did this happen? Like, I don't have a dime in stocks.
He looked left. He looked right. Didn't know what happened.
And they are all foamers, right? They're all foamers.
No, the middle ones.
The vertical ones, and the other ones are all inks fanned out. I think I counted 22 Graflexes. That's where I'm at.
My God.
And those were all empties, or those included ones that you had installed into and did various things to them, or are they all like, kind of shells that were in the picture?
All of them are empties except for I have one of Michael Murphy's very first Gen 1 chassis inside.
Nice. And that's like an operational Saber in the mix there.
Nice. Yeah, that one works. Yep. And it's a vintage, but that's number 22 is his chassis went into that. So we used to be able to get Graflexes for like, in kind of a little bit rough condition for like $50-$60. So I was buying them up, okay, that one's in decent shape. Yeah. 20 years ago I started.
I bought this one 20 years ago, and I think I paid about $200 for this when I got it, and it's got to be 20 years I've had it now.
Wow. See, yeah, that's how much the market's just going nuts on this stuff.
Yeah. No,
there's a lot of it.
I bought it and nobody knew what it was when I bought it,
Right. Same here. I'd have people come through.
You want to hear a funny story? I'm going to show you something.
Sure. I'd have people come through and like see it on my shelf, and they're like, "What the heck is that thing?" And I'm like, "Oh, that's a camera flash from the 1940s." And
I got a great story for you guys.
I've never seen that before in my life.
Now everybody knows what it is, right?
Yeah.
Totally. I got a great story for you guys. 25 years ago, I ran a pawn shop in Philadelphia. And I used to have this guy that, I'm going to say he was probably 25 years ago. He was probably in his 80s. He would come into my store once a week, and we had a glass case, and in the glass case was all old photo gear that we took in cheap, you know? And I had known I was already into lightsaber collecting at that time. So the guy comes in one day, and I hand him the keys, and he's rummaging through, and I say to him, hey, you ever get any old camera flashes? He would buy and sell. He would go from store to store to store, buy, sell, buy, sell. So he comes back one day and he says, oh, I got something for you. He says, I found this.
Oh, no.
Wow.
So now here's the thing. When I got
Wait a minute.
Hold on. When I got it did not have the shroud. This is like
That's not an MPP though. Okay, I freaked out because I thought it was an MPP.
Well, so
is it an MPP?
That's what I'm not understanding. So this is
It's
like
a
plastic shroud. Okay.
Okay.
And it did not have the clamp on it. I think that's a Wanawanga clamp from maybe 20 years ago. Okay. But what I had a book going back, I'm going back 30 years. And it was like a props of all sci-fi, Star Wars, Star Trek. And here's the thing. In the book, it shows Darth Vader's saber with this little hookup.
Interesting.
So I thought to myself, now I got an original Vader. But I've never seen another one like this.
I haven't either.
Yeah, that's
bizarre.
I got to find the book. But I'm going back 25 years ago, and I took this to a Comic-Con, and I don't know if you can see it, but on the top here, let me see if I can show you.
It looks like a Highland.
That is autographed by
Whoa.
David Prowse.
What?
Oh, wow.
Is it engraved?
It's not engraved. It's in marker.
Oh, you had it signed. So you had it signed.
I had it signed. I took it, and I
Okay.
have photos of me sitting
Nice.
with David Prowse when he autographed it.
Wow.
Very
So
cool.
that's how I got it. It did not have the MPP shroud on it. So
Wow.
I don't know if it's definitely a real flash, but I don't know. Dave, maybe you can help me out to figure out what it was.
Because of the square ports, to me it tells me it's a Highland and the emitter.
Highlander.
And somebody, yeah, it looks like a Highland to me with the square ports, and then the opposite end, the pommel. Can I see it?
Now
That's
this whole thing screws off and on, but
Almost looks
Right.
like a flashlight.
I have not been able to unscrew it. It's been probably 30 years since I've been able to unscrew it.
Have you ever heard of a lubricant called P Blaster?
No.
That will probably get it off of there.
Put it down
It
in there?
stinks, but it works big time. P Blaster.
Yeah, I
That's
can't.
That's what R.
I use
Kelly
on-
uses.
There's nothing in it. It's not like any battery acid was in it or anything. It's empty. But
No, that's a cool piece for sure.
now to me, I mean, when I handed it to David Prowse was blown away. He was like, "Wow, I've never seen one like this before." And keep in mind, that's 25 years ago, you know. But David Prowse was blown away when he saw that, and he autographed
Yeah,
it.
there. Jim Smith says that's a 1934 Highland 3-cell flash. That's what I
There
was.
you go.
I didn't know the year, but
Okay.
yeah. So Highland made two variations of their pommels. They had like a pentagon shape and then a smooth. You got the smooth Highland pommel, which is the preferred if you're gonna
Right.
convert a Highland to a Vader. But as you guys know, it's the MPP, the British version, which is like a Highland knockoff, is the one that goes for between 10 and 15 grand, depending on the condition.
Why would
Damn.
those super rare compared to like a Graflex?
So what do you
It
think
was
this is worth?
British.
With an autograph on it.
Oh gosh, I have no idea. That'd be. I have no idea how you even gauge a value or anything for that. That's pretty cool.
I'm trying to find it. I don't know if you guys can see this, but that's me with David Prowse and my daughter. My daughter's
at
now
that.
22.
Yeah, cool.
To give you an idea.
Wow.
That's how long
Yeah.
ago that was. My daughter's now 22 years old. She was
That's
probably
awesome.
2 years old in that picture. So it's
That
20
is
years ago.
awesome.
Did he sign her too?
I wish. I will. Yeah.
You're not allowed to wash that hand for 30 years.
Yeah, right. Non-functioning. It is
So-
believed to be the non-functioning saber on Vader's belt in the ESB. And okay, I'm going to show you.
Okay.
I want to see if I can find this picture of this book that I had
Was
that
it
showed
MPP,
this saber. It showed this in the book. Let me see if I can find this photograph. The books is in storage. A lot of my personal stuff's in storage right now, so my wife can't steal it. I'm looking for I have a screenshot of the cover. And I mean, you guys might have seen the book before. It's out of public press. You can't find it anymore.
It was written 2,000 years ago. It's called the Saber Bible.
Pretty much, yeah. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Oh, speaking of Saber books, you know that book that you had showed us a while back, Space, that
I
it's
got
got
one.
a bunch, all the sabers in it and stuff?
Yeah.
I ended up getting one of those books.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's a fun one to have. That has like all the sabers in it.
Yeah.
Barbara saw me watching your video, and I was like drooling on the couch. So my next birthday came around. I was like, coolest
There it
There
is.
you go.
ever.
That's the one.
The lightsaber
Yep.
collection.
Oh, dude, this thing is epic.
Right?
I love
That's
it.
what I
Yeah.
was thinking myself. I'm like, oh,
I
man.
friggin' love it.
Yeah, that's our Bible.
Yeah, right? The good-looking book, man.
Hey, it's so detailed too,
Can't
man.
find
I like the way they really printed it out.
Exactly. With they use 5-color printing on that because it's got like glossy and
And it's like the
whole nine
covers embossed and stuff. It's really, really nice.
Mm-hmm.
Really nice print.
To answer your question on that MPP space, that the MPP is so sought after and like it goes between 10 and 15 grand on eBay because it was a British flash gun, so it was only made in London or in the UK. So because the population is smaller there, I'm assuming there weren't near as many of those made back when people needed vintage flash guns for photography.
And that was turned into the Vader, and Graflex, which was what an American made item,
yeah.
turned into the light side saber,
Correct.
Skywalker saber.
Yeah, I think they had like a box of flash guns, and so I guess there happened to be some Graflexes in there, and then a British MPP because they were filming at Elstree Studios in London, and so I guess that's how the MPP ended up in that bin of props before when they started making the original lightsabers.
And
the way
Return of the Jedi Luke saber, is that part of it is a flash, or they just made it look like it was a flash gun with a clamp and certain things like that? Like what did they use as
That's
a
the
basis for that?
V2.
The
Yeah,
V2?
the
think
V2
the V2
I think
is the one that had the Graflex clamp on it.
but the most of it is rumored to be machined, in a
Yeah.
machine shop. Hence the uneven ribs, because they think somebody just did it quickly, type of thing, and didn't get all like it was on they think it's a hand lathe because the original the ribs are not evenly spaced,
Right.
So they just did it quick on a lathe, get it done. We got a deadline. Because I think they were going to use the Graflex in Return of the Jedi, and at the last minute they changed their mind, so they had to come up with a new saber super fast while they were filming. From what I read.
Jim says
Oh,
MPP
no.
also went out of business in 1949. We know Graflex continued to make shells for their flash until past 1956. So,
Oh,
I
wow.
did not know that.
There's some interesting facts for you, folks.
I've
Jim will
never
school
seen
ya.
an MPP in person. Never. That's how rare they are.
Jim says Luke Saber had just a Graflex clamp on the Obi-Wan. The Obi-Wan shared stunt saber that became the V2.
But what about the ribbed section? Because that was different than Obi-Wan's. So I wonder how they came up with that. Do you know, Jim? I'd love to know that.
Oh, I found the picture.
They took it from the Jawas.
That was the
There you
book.
go.
In this book,
weapons manual.
I
Huh.
posted some pictures of that on my Instagram a few years back, Harris, because you had brought that over, I think, or you had sent me some photos.
Oh yeah.
And I posted some of those photos. Yeah, the weapons manual, and it had the lightsaber in
Is
it.
the light? Can you find that lightsaber picture yet?
Probably not right now on the spot, but
Okay, but you can. If you
Maybe.
find it, send
I'll
it to me.
That's
yeah, I
in
definitely
that
have
book-
it like in my Instagram.
In
for
that
sure.
book, it shows this lightsaber as Darth Vader's lightsaber, and I think that book was done before they knew what an MPP was.
So,
Yeah.
what year did that book come out? You think, Harris? Roughly
I'm gonna say 80s, maybe.
80s.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
They
80s.
probably couldn't get their hands on an MPP.
Yeah, it's before, and even the like you should see. It has 3 sabers in it. It has the Graflex, it has the Vader, and the Obi-Wan, all from A New Hope. And let me tell you, the Obi-Wan saber is nothing like what it's supposed to be. Like they totally took a shot in the dark. It was all guesswork on the Obi-Wan.
Wow.
Yeah,
wow. Crazy.
yeah. But I mean, I had that book since the 1980s, and I could have sworn that, like when I saw this, I freaked out. And then actually the old guy came back in the store about a week later after he gave that to me. He said, "Here, you can have this,"
Wow.
And after about a week or so, he came back in the store and he said to me, "Do you know what I gave you?" And I said, "Yeah, I know." I know.
It's in this book
You
right
didn't know.
here.
Yeah.
Like, did he go look it up or something?
Yeah.
He had to have gone to go look it up because otherwise he wouldn't have come back to it, right?
He also gave, I don't know if I have the other one here or not. He gave me 2. Hey, stand by a second.
He's got the real MPP behind there.
Right?
It's like, and this junker.
No, I don't have the other one here. I thought I might have had it here. It's probably in storage. Or it's in my wife's private collection.
Her
Bitch.
collection is bigger than yours.
Bitch.
Oh my God.
She stole all my Kiss stuff.
She's got the flame.
All my Kiss autographs. She stole my autographed Gene Simmons Punisher base.
I'm
Stole it all.
laughing at space.
And the court
Oh
was
man,
like,
so now
she's
she's gonna
entitled-
sell it all back to you because she's gonna.
They
put it
sent the
on
flame to her address. They're like, "Is your
Yeah,
address
the court was like,
499
she's entitled to half.
Grant Street?" Like, motherfucker.
You know what? Now that I think about it, Space and Harris and Mundo, I don't think Sabercraft has my new address. Is that going to be a problem?
Oh,
First
'Cause
thing
they
I
only-
did when I moved was I called them and I emailed them and gave him my new address.
I need to do that because I know they only forward mail to like up to a year. Now we've only been in the new place for 7 months, so it may still be okay. But
Well, you didn't.
Yeah,
Well, you
I-
didn't get it yet, anyway, though.
yeah.
I don't think it's going to make a
It
difference.
didn't ship yet.
I don't think it's going to make a difference. I don't think we're going to get them. You going to build it?
Of
Oh, yeah.
course. It's
You are
it's
going to
a-
build it, Dave?
It's a marvel of engineering from all of the individual parts
Yeah.
I'm seeing, and I mean, it may be 3 years from now, but I got to do it.
If you got a Black Mamba, would you build that?
Of course,
In
that
the
thing
box?
is insanity.
Wow.
That thing's insanity. Yeah, I don't have that kind of cash. Well, unless I sold some Graflexes, right?
Yeah, that'd probably be the only way, right?
That'd be the only way. Exactly.
and I don't think you'd be willing to do that right now.
Nah, I'm sitting on them for a little while.
Well,
Oh,
like,
read
wouldn't that
Jim
have been
Smith's
crazy
comment.
if like
I'm reading
somebody
Jim
in the
Smith's
movies?
comment. They had to give Luke a new saber because they had a fire at Elstree Studios
Oh,
and they were all ruined. The Graflexes were ruined. I didn't know that.
Oh my God!
Mundo set the fire.
Shh, don't tell nobody my secret, damn it.
Mundo was 12 years old. He set the fire.
Ah, yeah, and along with the creek and everything else.
Mike Volts says Highland Synchronar got one 1947, I think. Also had cool clamps on it. I've used it, but done nothing with the flash yet.
Very cool.
Wow, that's rare,
Awesome.
huh? That's
The
rare.
only thing that I don't like about this is plastic, and over time the shroud warped a little bit. It's a little
From
warped
the
right
heat?
here. So
Yeah.
Oh, right.
I would love Romans every once in a while puts out a metal shroud. I'd love to grab a Romans metal shroud for this. It didn't have a shroud on it when I got it.
I saw a raw
But doesn't
aluminum one
Shapers have
on
a
eBay.
shroud for it?
It might still be on there, Harris. If I see that, I'll shoot it to you.
Please do.
Yeah, it's raw
I would jump on
aluminum,
that.
so you have to get it powder coated or something.
Yeah, he had them powder coated, I think.
Jim says the V1 Luke Hero has different ribs, and for the shared stunt, they made a whole new grenade section. So that's
Okay,
why
that
I
makes
knew there's,
sense.
like these different props that collectors look to mimic. I know that is it Solo's Hold or one of these makers makes the Luke Hero with the oblong or the uneven rib sections now, just to match whatever the prop had.
I believe it's Solos. I think I saw it on Solos.
Okay, yeah, I saw somebody do an install onto it as well.
Yeah, there's a couple of them that have done the uneven rib thing, like Anakin Star Killer is
It
another.
looks so right. Like when I see
Absolutely,
those
Chet.
shots, it looks so right. I'm like, oh yeah, that looks like it. Chet Osborne says, "This is great. I'm learning a lot tonight."
And do you still have the Anakin saber? You used to have a beautiful Anakin, like from the third movie, I think.
Oh yeah, still
still
love
have
that
that?
saber. Yep, that's a JQ. It's a JQ episode 3.
Love that.
I don't know what's underneath that because like it's a chrome plated Graflex type of hilt. I don't know what they started with when before they chrome plated it. I guess it could be some kind of, I don't know.
I want to change gears. You guys mind if I switch topics for a minute here?
No,
Go
go
ahead.
for it.
And this is going to touch a nerve with you, buddy.
Go ahead.
I want to
See
talk
if you can
about.
unnerve me.
I want to talk about taking a saber out in public, showing it to a friend, and your friend drops the saber on the floor.
It's happened.
I know it's happened to Ant. Ever happened to you guys?
I haven't
No.
got that far yet.
I always make sure they're standing over carpet, grass, or dirt. So that's my 3 rules.
So
Yeah, I don't.
I'm going back a bunch of years, but I had a buddy that I grew up with that was a Star Wars fan, and I hadn't seen him for years. And I ran into him one night, and I happened to have an MHS saber on me. And I said, I got to show you something. We were at a bar, and we went out to the car from the bar. And
I'll be right back, guys.
I hand him the saber, and he goes like this and throws it on the ground.
He goes, "I'm Luke Skywalker."
Yeah, and threw it on the
For
ground.
real? Like he was trying to recreate the scene from.
No, like it slipped
an
out of his
accident?
hand. Yeah, it was an
Okay.
accident. It slipped out of his
I would have
hand.
been pissed.
Now, thank God for me, the saber hit pommel end on the concrete, and it was a $10 pommel to replace. Not a big deal.
Okay, there you go.
But
It
Ant,
would
I'll
have hit
never forget
pommel
your
end
story, Ant.
face first.
Tell your story, Ant.
Well, I don't know.
I'm
It was a
calling you out
similar.
on it.
It's a similar story of somebody throwing a saber on, but it was concrete. and
Mine
it broke-
mine
it
hit on
broke the
concrete.
saber.
Too.
Yeah.
Now, let me say this to you guys, okay? So about a week ago, I got a couple guys at my work that, they're not like into it like we are, but they're intrigued, So I took my vintage,
Uh-oh.
put the MB in there, right?
Oof. I don't like where this is
carry
going.
I have a saber bag, a beautiful saber bag that I carry it in. And I wanted my boss to feel the weight of it because this brass MB chassis is
I'll bet.
fucking heavy. It feels like it weighs 10 pounds, right? So I said to my boss, I go, you should see the inside. So my boss starts going like this.
Ah,
I'm like, no, no.
don't scratch.
And I had flashbacks of your story, Ant.
Yeah, it's like you never know, like, you know how much that stuff it costs, and not only that, but all the time you put in,
Sure.
but nobody else does. So that's why it's hard,
Yeah.
when you try to share it, because you're all excited and you're like, yeah, like this, I've been working on this for 12 months, or this costs $1,000, or whatever the case is, and then they don't know that, and that's kind of the issue. They don't know.
Shit.
They don't know all the work that went in. Uh-oh.
We lose Mundo. We lost Mundo.
Mundo got electrocuted, everybody.
Oh, no.
Mundo, I don't know if he'll be back next week. I knew that plug behind him was going to be trouble.
I hope he didn't spill whiskey in there.
He spilled the whiskey on that plug, and then he fell in the bathtub. He fell in the bathtub with the toaster. We made his wife hand him the toaster right before the show ended.
So, long story short, be careful who you hand your lightsaber to.
I hear you. The worst thing I ever had happen was after Comic-Con. I went into a 7-Eleven to get, and I was all, dressed up in my semi-Jedi garb, and I had the brass flex. It's my steampunk Graflex. I had been working on it all year. I got to take this to Comic-Con. And I went into 7-Eleven and came back out and was holding my, I don't know, freaking Slurpee or some shit. And next thing you know, I hear, kunk, and I look down, and the freaking D-ring had come from walking around all day. Come unscrewed from the pommel, and the end of it just hit the ground. And so it bent it pretty good.
It crimped it
banged it pretty good.
Shroud bit here.
Exactly. It buckled the hell out of that. So I had to bring it home, tear it all down, and then figure out a way to, like metalsmith style or something, figure out how to bang it out and sand it and repolish it. And I got it pretty good, but it's still there. It's my memory from Comic-Con. So I'm like, screw it. It's all good. Yeah. I'm never letting that saber go.
Makes you sick, don't it?
Oh yeah. I was crushed. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. Why now? I'm standing over cement. I've been over carpeted floors all day at Comic-Con. Why now? Grr.
A couple of months ago, the Facebook forums, a guy sold his Black Mamba and picked up an MPP baller. I don't know if I'd give up a Black Mamba for an MPP.
Maybe he had a bunch of stuff. I don't know if or the guy who sold his Black Mamba, maybe that was a Black Mamba that I installed into. Because then my other friend
is the one that you installed, yeah.
Yeah, because my other friend who bought our Exoflex Harris got that Black Mamba.
Oh yeah.
So maybe who our friend that was the same Black Mamba. I'm not sure, because the only one I've seen installed I think is the one I did, but maybe there's another one. Is there another one Jedi Arms dealer that's made? I'm not sure. I don't think I've seen a video, but
yours is the only one I've seen in a video installed. Yeah. The Black Mamba. That's it.
Was
beautiful. It CF10?
No, it was back in the days of.
Yeah, it's been a couple of years, right?
Crystal. Well, it was back in the days of the Prism, but we wanted to go as
CF9 or
good
8.
as we can go. So I emailed Alan Johnson at Vader's Vault and asked permission. I think that's how it went. I emailed the Johnsons and asked them permission for the Crystal Shard, and then Irv. I emailed Irv. I think I asked everybody. I asked Michael Murphy to ask Alan Johnson. I asked Irv, and then he said email Vader's Vault. I think I did that. They said okay, and then they sent me a Crystal Shard that was a little bit more elusive than the Prism.
Smaller, I think, right?
Yeah, a little smaller as well. And it did a couple. It did 2 or 3 It did special effects, which at the time the Prism didn't do those. Fire. Mm-hmm. I think that's how it went, if my memory serves me. It didn't do fire. It didn't do the water droplets and stuff like that we kind of thought, that Slate styles.
That Black Mamba
Right.
had NeoPixel in it.
Right. So we wanted to do the Black Mamba was made for string blades. So it had the space in it that you could eventually put a string blade if you wanted to, but string blade electronics required like less robust wires. So when you moved up to NeoPixel at the time crossed it because it took like 6 years for the Black Mamba to be created, something like that, like 5 years, whatever it was. So by the time the Black Mamba actually was shipped, everybody wanted NeoPixel and they no longer wanted string blades. So the wires and stuff that you would have to feed through for a string blade was really thin wires, and now you had to feed through like kind of thick wires for the NeoPixel, which is okay because there's less of them. So set up the set up the Black Mamba for NeoPixel, but chose like what I consider to be like the top board at the time, which was the Crystal Shard, Plector Labs.
Doesn't MadCal also sell the Crystal Shard boards?
I don't believe anyone was able to buy a Crystal Shard unless you were like Vader's Vault. It was a proprietary, like it was an item that like they designed and asked Irv to produce. Therefore, like you couldn't just buy it.
I'm thinking there's a Crystal Shard in Gabe's MadCal Saber.
Well, yeah, because Genesis Custom Sabers was one of the people that like installed it into their sabers, but it's like not like a consumer. If a consumer wanted a Crystal Shard, what you had to do is like go buy a Genesis Custom Sabers or like a Vader's Vault saber and then like strip it down, which wasn't worth it to go that far, because all it really was like you got like 3 extra effects. You got like fire, lightning, and like rain or something. So you got blade styles which weren't present on the Prism, but all you had to do was wait like 2 more years and everyone was going to get that stuff in Profi and in other Plector Labs products like CFX.
Sorry guys, I disappeared for a little bit. My battery on my phone went dead, and then on top of that I had plugged the phone in, and then all of a sudden the house went all black.
So right now, like
power outage for a minute or two.
The first Mundo's gone. This is the Mundo Twin. We're talking to Mundo 2.
That's right, the Mundo Twin. So
the first one got electrocuted just now.
Guys, don't tell the other Mundo, but I took this from him. You know. I went and stole this from the other Mundos. So.
You'll be going home with that prize tonight.
That's right. So remember, I told you it was the V1 box, the low profile, right here. So
that looks nice.
That's the V1 low profile box, and of course, like I said, this is going to be my father's memory build, and I had talked about it previously before and stuff. But
it's a nice piano black paint job on that.
Yeah, it's a wet black with a candy gold coloring and stuff. So, and
Mundo,
then
is that 2 emitters?
Isn't that crazy, Harris? It's got like a Qui-Gon and another one on top.
Man.
Let me make this screen bigger.
How did you link them
Look
together?
at that.
How did you?
He had it specially done at a custom saber shop.
Yeah, it was at TCSS, and I had texted him and I had showed him. I said, "Look, this is what I want to do. Now, is it possible?" The guys at the shop, not Tim, but the other, the supervisor there at the shop. Oh gosh.
I think they made you sign a form, like the form was like a check yourself before you wreck yourself form. And then they built that for you.
Well, they actually said that I would have to buy it separate, right? Buy them separate and then kind of get them put together separate. And I'm all like, and then they got an email back and they says, no, we can bore it out as one whole emitter. So from here to here, that's going to be all blades.
It's all one piece. It's not screwed into the top. It's one piece.
Yeah, this is all. I'll show you right here.
That's awesome.
Whoa! How the heck?
They bored it out. They put it in
just
there.
stacked like the CAD file.
The 2
They
emitters
filed
don't
it down
unscrew.
and they bored it in there. Look at this. Look at that.
Oh, that's
it's
awesome.
totally smooth.
Okay.
It's totally smooth
Yeah.
on the inside. There's no seam.
There's no threads
I mean,
between those two pieces.
it's very little seam. It's very little seam in there.
But
See,
but
you
there
can
is
see
one.
it right in there in
Okay.
the very back. But
Gotcha.
yeah, they glued it in there and then they bored it out and all that stuff, man. They did
Wow.
an excellent job. Excellent
Awesome.
job.
I love TCSS, man.
Oh,
Hell
dude. I mean, I mean, I couldn't be more happier with their products,
Yeah.
you know. And Jim felt the light.
I think I was telling everybody last time about when I don't think Harris was here, but I was telling everybody the last time I saw that Saber Mundo was telling you. Harris got a custom part made from the custom saber shop, which was pretty cool. His little brass bunny ears, which I thought was like one of the coolest parts I've ever seen custom made, because I never thought of that, like to ask for a different metal.
Yeah.
I mean, it made sense because my friend that made me my custom saber, Mike, he asked TCSS to make a copper emitter, which looks and works awesome in my saber. So yeah, it's like it's not a new idea, but I guess it just depends on what part you want. So like, yeah, this is the brass bunny ears Harris got done. So he made a shroud that they sit on top of. So I think the shroud is what, copper? So you have like aluminum,
copper shroud,
brass screws, brass
screws. That's actually a custom shroud over an emitter one with two
Emitter
shrouds.
ones.
And the bunny ears hold the top shroud on.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I also, and I don't know if you know this or not, the bottom of this has a trim ring, and I asked them to make me a copper trim ring to go with that as well.
That's awesome. It works so well with the copper piece that meets it.
Yeah.
I almost thought it was one piece. Yeah.
That's badass.
So, and this is the PLI Saber, Mundo. I don't know if it's charged. Let's see if I can get it to boot. Yeah.
There it is. Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
You got some screen in there, Harris?
Yeah. So near me, there's a store called Five Below. I don't know if you guys have them near you.
No.
No.
Five Below is like a dollar store, but 5 and under. And they had for many years they sold.
They got great shit in there.
Yeah, $5 Bluetooth speakers.
And they're just like the $60 one. I'm telling you, they sound good too.
Yeah, I would buy this Bluetooth speakers just to rip them apart for the speaker grill. And that speaker grill, that's
nice.
That's
sweet.
A piece of I don't know if you can say it. That's a piece of speaker grill in there.
That's great. That's great.
Yep. That is cool.
It's almost like the holes are so fine. It's almost like a TOS communicator grill. Star Trek.
Right.
Yeah, put it in there to hide it hides the PLI.
It does look like that stuff. Yeah.
See, and I had thought about putting a PLI in here, but at the same time, it's like my brain keeps changing every 5 minutes with this saber design and stuff. So, and I had seen a PLI be put into a chassis, and I'm all like, that's a great idea to put the PLI into a chassis, you know. So a removable chassis with the PLI and the Bluetooth module and all the fixings all together on one chassis.
Blinky Supreme.
There you go.
I'll take 2 Blinky Supremes, a double-decker Blinky Supreme, and a Taco Extraordinaire.
Supersize me.
Superpower me with a 26,650.
I love a good Blinky, man.
And that's what my friend's memory saber is going to be powered by, is the Orbtronic 26650, man.
Whoa, ain't no time!
Now that's a battery. I caught something in the corner Jim Smith brought up. Another thing I wanted to bring up with you guys, because he reminded me. I don't know if it's 7 Chambers or another company that did it, but they came out with a Luke V2, and I don't know if anyone's done it yet, but people are actually putting like a green wood dowel in the saber, trying to take it to the next level of accuracy, and it has a spinning emitter.
Really?
So
wow.
what I want to know is, has anybody motorized it yet to do like the old school rotoscoping thing?
I'm confused. The wood dowel actually spins inside the blade?
Yeah, I don't know if they did that effect in Return of the Jedi, but in A New Hope, they actually had a motor
That's how
inside
they
the
would
Graflex.
film.
I think it was a triangular piece of tubing of some kind, and they had reflectors on it.
Right.
The light would hit it and would reflect off.
So what I want to know is, anybody done that, where they've actually like tried to simulate that whole rotoscoping thing, in a modern replica?
You're going to do it, bro.
I simulated the triangle thing.
TriStar, baby!
TriStar.
TriStar.
Future's so bright.
Gotta wear shades.
I gotta ask you, Space, have you tried with the new 3D printed cores? Is those working out okay?
Haven't tried yet.
Okay.
I made a couple TriStars, but they were still with the V1 cores. I've got the V2 cores up on my shelf ready to go. It looks like it's going to work beautifully.
Yeah, I tried to get
perfect.
as close to 7.1 millimeters as possible. That was tricky, but I got it.
Nice.
So
They look perfect. I think the very next one I make will be with those, because I'm out now of V1. I actually had to make some like custom because I was waiting for yours to come in, and I had to make two. I'm making one for Carly King, and what I did was me and Gabe sanded a dowel down to a triangular formation, like by hand. It worked out good. Made a couple that way, and then yours came in, and I'm still actually finishing up one that has the wood core.
Okay. I'm curious to hear.
Did you ship that yet to Carly?
No, it's Gabe will come over tomorrow, I think, make a video. So he also has the address, so he will make up the box for me and stuff.
I can't wait to see that.
I think she's got a video scheduled that she wants to do with it. So
can't wait to see that.
You seen her video with Ray Park, where she actually like stands
I saw that.
No,
with Maul?
I'm a fan. Yeah, she
I
went
saw
to
a
the
recent
and met
one.
Ray Park.
I saw one from like
Ray
yesterday
Park
where she has a.
like did a little demo with her. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right.
And did I ever show you guys this shroud right here? This is signed by Ray Park, Darth Maul.
Very cool.
And this is gonna go on my friend's memory saber.
Sick.
Nice.
Did you make that shroud yourself? Where'd you get that? Or that's
No,
like
I actually I don't remember where I ordered it from. I don't know if it was Shapeways or if it was somewhere else that I had. They had a couple of these. I think they were like $10 or something like that, right? And so, I mean, it's a pretty nice piece, you know.
That's cool.
And
right?
and so when I saw this, I was all like, man, that's gotta be great. So before I even came close to wiring my friend's saber up and all that, in Laredo, and I was going to the expo because at that time I didn't know Ray Park was gonna be there, and I was doing a sword experience, and I saw he was there, and so like, wow, the sword experience wasn't gonna be for about another hour or two. So I got in line for Ray Park, and I actually had the saber with me because I was going to show some friends. So I got in line and I told him the story how my friend had brain cancer and passed away, and I was doing the saber in his memory. And I said, you know, would you be so kind to sign this for me, you know? And I gave him the money to sign it. And I said, you know, I would have loved to have a pick, man, but unfortunately I didn't bring that much money with me. He says, you want to pick? I'm all like, dude, that would be so cool. And he actually did it, man. He actually did a couple of picks with me and the saber.
Yeah, he's really cool.
Yeah,
I was
really good dude.
I was blown away, man. And this guy is so freaking awesome.
Super good dude.
The energy that he has, man. the energy is unbelievable, dude. And the line was like super long, and I don't even know how I even made it to him before the sword experience. But wow, yeah,
That's
really,
cool.
really,
That's
really
awesome,
cool,
man. It
man.
looks like the signature came out perfect on that with the marker that he used and all.
Oh yeah, I mean, just
Like a good material for him to sign too, because it looks like it's like plastic or something that it's like embedded in there now. Looks good.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I just, man, I don't even let this thing out of my sight when I'm home. I have it right with me when I'm doing the sabers, and if I do any, anything with the iron, I'll put it way over here on the side. So I make sure nothing comes close to it, nicking or whatever on it, man. And if I start getting a little bit messy like I am right now, I'll go put it in my bedroom. I'll put it on my mantle and leave it there so nothing touches it, dude.
That's awesome.
But once I get done with the saber, it's gonna go on the saber and it's gonna stay on the saber.
That's awesome.
But yeah, man, it's just I was blessed to have him sign it. Really, it was just a blessing.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Jim Smith says Sam Witwer is also really cool.
I've heard that too.
I bet he is. I would like to meet him. I mean,
he does I didn't know this till like in the last couple of years, and I've probably played Starkiller 20 times through the game before Force Unleashed. But like, I did not know that Sam Witwer also did the voiceover for Palpatine in the game.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he does a pretty good one.
Really?
Space does a good one too.
That's cool. That is cool.
Where's my clip? I do one where I have a clip where I imitate Palpatine somewhere.
So we need to get Space to play Palpatine.
There's nothing like
friends.
There's nothing
I'm
like
gonna dress up
working
like
on a lightsaber
Palpatine with my whole hood.
There is nothing like working on a lightsaber, sitting in the Starship Destiny, and all of a sudden, like I'm engrossed in what I'm doing, and all of a sudden I hear from the other side of the room. The power of the dark side.
Crystal focus make you stronger.
Oh God, I about peed myself the first time.
I love it, man.
Yeah. That's a bucket list right there, is to get on the Starship Destiny, man.
Talk about like total immersion, just being in it, man. I'll be sitting there and I'll be like, oh my God, I'm blown away,
It's a Saber sweatshop up in here.
Palpatine's like,
work, Harris, work.
Build those sabers.
You say you don't know how to do it, we'll teach you.
Build that lightsaber.
We got to turn that into a font. Space.
Yeah.
We should turn that into a font and have you do the voiceover on it, man. That would be epic.
That'd be sick. Yeah, like maybe take like lines that were never used from the movie. Like we'll get our hands on the script or something. You know how there's scenes that they just didn't put in the movie. We'll put like legit Emperor quotes in, but just aren't said by Ian McDermott. Like we'll say them, we'll say him as the Emperor.
That would be.
We'll call it
a new font.
We'll call it Space Palpy.
Because there's a couple scenes, like they got the scene where, and there might even be audio, I don't know, but there's like scenes where Darth Vader, it was written, I don't know if it was ever filmed, but like Darth Vader is in his castle and Palpatine's there, and there's like a lava flowing by him, and I know there's artwork done for it. There's like storyboarding for it. I don't know that they ever recorded anything, but we could record something. So
you're saying like lift it right out of the comics?
Partly, yeah, like because like that would be I'm saying like the movie script, like the unused movie script from like 1983 from Return of the Jedi. There's like Emperor lines that were in, like, because there's Emperor lines that are famous to us because we've heard them 1,000 times. We watched the movie so many times. There's legit Emperor lines that we never heard. So like we say those plus our own made up ones. It's gonna sound legit. It's gonna sound legit. Like him talking to Vader and whatever he's saying to Vader.
That'd be great. The X-Files. Bring them back out.
The ex Star Wars files.
Awesome.
Jim Smith says Yoda's weakness that can turn him to the dark side. Peanut butter cookies. Peanut butter cookies, everybody. That was the weakness. They didn't bake the right cookies in the movies. That's why he was good the whole time. He didn't get the treats.
Sugar rush, you will get.
He was like an elf living in the tree.
Peanut butter cookies would be hard to resist, I think, for anybody.
I hear you.
Unless you're allergic to peanut butter, but if you're not, peanut butter cookies sound really good.
Hey, so before I go, because I got to go eat something. It's getting late. I skipped dinner. I want to get you guys' advice on something. So pre-quarantine, when I built this fiberglass saber, right? I'm not showing anything new off, but so you guys know that this hooks to, the big booming system in my car, right?
Yes.
With the Bluetooth audio. So I had this idea. I wanted to do like a crazy YouTube video. Maybe you guys can help me figure out like how to keep it from getting stolen. Maybe, I don't know, or what you guys think of this.
Never let it out of your sight, bro.
That's the thing. Like I had this idea.
Never let it out of your sight.
Get it tracked.
You could drop this and it won't hurt it. So I was thinking it would be hilarious to roll up into any drive-through, McDonald's, whatever, Wendy's, and have this hooked up to the Bluetooth, cranked up as loud as it would go in the car. Hand it to the person in the drive-through when you're about to get your food and be like, have you ever turned on a real lightsaber before? And video the whole thing. And so when they go to turn it on, it's like, the bass would just go through the drive-through window and in the restaurant. Just to see the reaction would be just the most hilarious video.
That would be cool as shit. That would be cool.
But what keeps them from freaking just bailing with this thing?
Well, maybe think of a different venue, like a different venue than a drive-through. We'll have to think of a better venue where it's like, perhaps like for instance, like a car show, where like you roll up because like it's like a car night, like it's like public night where you can just, and then you have that as well. And those people, they have their own cars there. They're like people at the car show, and they would maybe be interested in you because you might be playing with that. And they
got a great idea. A drive-through bank. You know how they have that tube?
Yeah, they can't steal.
It shoots through you put your check in, and it put the lightsaber in the tube, and shoot it into the bank.
But it's still, I wonder if it still worked through their glass and all. But then, they would be.
They wouldn't feel the bass quite the same.
They would probably like lock down the whole bank, thinking that that's like a bomb that just came through.
Yeah.
Like license plate number X42V9. Lock it down.
It comes out the tube all blinking and everything. It'd be like
the power cell is about to blow.
It's like one of them robots comes by and like hands you back the saber. One of those bomb robots.
I'd want to see the feds coming to your door.
Yeah.
Yeah, the feds are coming knocking on your door, bro.
Have like a little R2 unit right behind you carrying it.
Well, cool. Maybe when space comes to town, we'll figure out how to hit up some drive-throughs or some car shows.
Yeah, because we're gonna like stand on a mountaintop and like have a duel, and it's gonna be sick.
Dude, that'd be cool shit.
Yeah. Now we got 2 Bluetooth sabers. We can do it.
Do we need 2 cars, or they will still run?
No, we're going to record it right straight into the laptop via Bluetooth.
Oh, okay.
So we'll be able to capture the audio raw.
Gotcha.
Hey,
sync it up.
Well, like I was saying, man, you don't want somebody to if somebody steals it, get a tracking chip and put in the bed of it.
GPS.
That's a good idea, Mundo. To tell them it's got an Apple chip in it. Don't even think about it.
Put GPS in your lightsaber.
Yeah.
Don't be chasing him down all afternoon.
He won't have to, man.
You know what? You could totally fit an Apple chip in the end of this, because when it's on Bluetooth, it doesn't use this speaker, so that would be perfect. That's a good idea, Mundo. I
got 3 or 4 of them. I'll take them off the people I'm tracking and give you one. Send you one.
Right on.
All right, guys. Well, I think we will close down the Saber Talk for this week. Thank you all for doing this tonight, especially Mundo on Mundo Monday. Thank you so much. Love all you guys. Jedi Hesh,
love you
David,
guys too.
Jedi Arms Dealer, Edmundo, Mundo Cabrera, and everybody in the chat tonight. Felicia and Jim and Chet
Thank
and
you,
everybody that
Felicia.
stopped by. Tim and who else was here? Mike was here, and some fake Mundo friends was here. Rich Sangilla was here. Thank you for stopping by.
Yes, Rich. Thank you.
We had a great time, and I'm glad you guys hung out with us and talk sabers. We will come back on Monday, and could be the same crew, could be a couple more people, could be some different people. We'll see who comes by next Mundo Monday. Usually send out the link to a bunch of Saber friends. Whoever stops in, we'll chat sabers. So for now, we will close down. I will have a video out on this channel this week. It's going to be of these double sabers.
Got my first hater.
No, I don't think that's not a hater. That's like a stalker / fan.
Maybe stalker. Jeez.
I want to learn the ways of the Force, become a Jedi.
Who'd have thought?
So I'm going to put out a video in a couple days. I'm editing it right now, which is this set of twin sabers that go together as a staff. Come in and see the upgrade I did to them. Did do a CF10 upgrade, put in some tri-star blades, made them crazy bright because these sabers already had the 26650 battery that we needed. So the upgrade went really well. Sounds good. Mundo's on his way to finishing up his saber, and Harris is in the middle of working on his Martin Bear. So we'll see where we're at next week. And thank you all for for stopping in tonight and checking this out.
Thanks for having us, SpaceWindu.
Yeah,
yes, thank you for having
always
us. Man.
Super fun.
Always a
super
pleasure.
Fun. Absolutely.
I don't have a saber on. I got none of my sabers light up with me.
Mine's not lighting up, but hey, you can hear it.
We're at all
There you
different
go.
levels of electronic activity here.
Exactly.
And we'll all be at the same level, and it's working level pretty soon.
And savor the moment.
Getting there. Mundo got the advice he needed tonight, I think, to take it to the next stage.
Yes.
And
absolutely.
We'll be seeing that light up NeoPixel style very, very soon, I'm sure.
Can't wait.
Yes.
Mundo, good luck with that PLI, man. You'll get it.
I
good
will.
luck.
I know I will. And
get it, bro.
again, thank you guys so much for helping me.
Good luck with all your Saber projects, everybody. Have a great night.
Mundo. Peace.
Saber the moment.
I'm all Sith.
No eyes.
Your friends.